after every delivery. It's a 2-in-1 tool, a safety cutter for open.
Even in the middle of
Welcome back. A frightening wildfire outbreak is spreading in Southern California.
We are getting soaked. No, we are back in New York, and this is what we're greeted with.
So this whole thing is beginning to dry up. Pretty soon here, this entire little spot is going to be gone.
Right now, wildfires across California are burning out of control. Entire neighborhoods are being evacuated as flames sweep through dry forests, brush-covered canyons, highways, and homes faster than people can react. And it didn't stop there. Within days, catastrophic flooding swallows entire neighborhoods of Louisiana. At the same time, Arizona watches its lifeline disappear, alarming droughts all over the USA. Animals acting strange and doing things unseen before. The sky sending strange signs. So what is playing with the weather? Is this just chaos, or the fulfillment of ancient warnings written long ago? A nation once founded on the trust in God now finds itself fractured, unstable, and shaken from within. Are we watching the wrath of God unfold in America? If this resonates with you, leave a short prayer in the comments. Sometimes, the first step back to God is simply calling upon His name. What is unfolding on the ground now carries a weight that many can no longer dismiss. Across California, wildfires are tearing through entire communities with a speed that leaves no time to think, only to run. In places along the hillsides of southern...
The man said, but no place to think and only to run. That's what he said. Good evening, guys, sir. Good evening, hope everyone's doing nice. Just a quick quickie. Just a quick quickie.
Many can no longer dismiss. Across California, wildfires are tearing through entire communities with a speed that leaves no time to think, only to run. In places along the hillsides of Southern California, the dry outskirts beyond Los Angeles, families have watched flames race through neighborhoods they spent decades building, reduced to ash in a single afternoon. Hot desert winds shift without warning, carrying embers over canyons, across freeways and deep suburban streets, igniting new fires miles away from the original burn zones. Smoke spreads far beyond the mountains, swallowing skylines in a thick orange haze that turns daylight dim and the air dangerous to breathe. Thousands evacuate, some unsure if anything will remain when they return. And yet, even in the middle of it, some refuse to leave, standing on rooftops and driveways with garden hoses, facing walls of fire as if trying to hold back something far greater than themselves. And it's not just Southern California. In Northern California, flames pushed through forest towns with such intensity that entire blocks vanished overnight, while exhausted firefighters struggled against winds that changed direction without warning. Across the state, more outbreaks continue to appear. Different counties, different terrain, yet same pattern. Fire rising, spreading, consuming. As these fires continue moving across the land, Scripture begins to speak with a weight that is difficult to ignore. As it is written in Joel chapter 2 verse 3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. This is not just poetry. It is a pattern, life turning into loss, abundance into emptiness in a matter of moments. And again in Isaiah chapter 66 verse 15, for behold, the Lord will come with fire to render his anger with fury. Fire in Scripture is never random. It is presence, it is warning, it is purification. From the burning of Sodom and Gomorrah to the pillar of fire that led Israel through the wilderness, God has always used fire to reveal something deeper than destruction. Because there was once a state that symbolized endless opportunity, prosperity, influence, and the promise of a new beginning. And now, that same image feels like it is beginning to crack beneath layers of smoke and flame. Faith becomes quieter, truth becomes negotiable, God becoming distant. So when fire sweeps across California with this kind of intensity, is it only nature reacting, or is heaven trying to get our attention before something greater arrives? And if this is the beginning, what comes next? And just as the fires were still burning, still consuming hillsides, neighborhoods, and everything in their path, the water began to rise. And what happened next did not feel like a separate disaster. It felt like a continuation. Overnight in southern Louisiana, relentless flooding overwhelmed entire communities with a force that left towns unrecognizable by morning. Water did not simply cover the streets, it swallowed them. Homes disappeared beneath dark currents, vehicles floated through neighborhoods, and entire blocks became silent stretches of water broken only by rooftops and emergency lights. From above, the scale of it was unmistakable. Vast sections of land transformed into what looked like an inland sea, marking where everything had changed in only a matter of hours. Witnesses described the moment with the same kind of disbelief words struggled to carry. The rain would not stop. The sky darkened unnaturally fast, the air thick with humidity and tension. Then came the sound, not thunder alone, but rushing water forcing its way through roads, walls, and foundations. Families rushed into attics carrying children and whatever they could hold. Rescue boats moved through neighborhoods where traffic had existed only the day before. Doors were sealed shut against the water until the pressure became too much. And when morning came, what remained was silence, not peace, but shock. People stepped outside onto porches surrounded by water, finding homes destroyed, familiar landmarks submerged, entire lives scattered beneath mud and debris. Some stood motionless, staring at streets that no longer existed. Others searched through floodwater, calling out names, holding on to the reality that they had survived while everything around them had changed overnight. And yet, even in the middle of destruction, there was mercy. Why is this happening now, and why like this? Because when fire consumes the land and then water follows with this kind of force, it becomes difficult to see these events as isolated. As in Genesis chapter 7, verse 11 to 12, all the fountains of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of the heavens were opened, and rain fell upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. This is not just an ancient account of rain. It is the image of a world overwhelmed from above and below at the same time, where the very forces of nature seemed unleashed beyond human control. Throughout Scripture, floods were never described as ordinary weather alone, but as moments when humanity was confronted with how fragile civilization truly is once the waters begin to rise. A moment where control is stripped away, and what remains is the realization of how fragile everything truly is. And when placed next to what we have just witnessed, the fire spreading across the land, followed by rising water, swallowing entire communities, the connection becomes harder to ignore. Because there are moments in the Bible when judgment did not come through one sign alone, but through sequence. Fire, water, earth, each responding in its own way, yet pointing toward the same reality. Scripture has long warned that what is hidden will not remain buried forever. And now, something beneath the waters is beginning to answer that warning. Across Arizona, the desert is beginning to reveal things that were never meant to be seen this clearly.
Every night your girlfriend takes your car and says she's just out cruising with friends. You better put this in your car, a mini magnetic voice recorder. It makes no sound, sends no alerts, and with just one button, it starts recording whenever it makes a noise. You can hide it anywhere you can think of. No one will ever find it. The battery lasts up
around the shrinking shoreline of Lake Powell. Dried sections near the Colorado River Basin. Years of relentless drought forced the waterline farther back than many locals had ever witnessed. What is emerging is not just cracked earth and abandoned docks, but traces of something ancient. Stone formations, remnants of old pathways, fragments of carved markings and weathered structures have started appearing beneath layers of hardened sediment. Some researchers believe parts of them may date back centuries, possibly connected to early indigenous settlements that existed long before the modern Southwest took shape. At first, it looked like scattered rock exposed by the heat, but as more land surfaced beneath the retreating water, the patterns became harder to dismiss. Stones arranged with unusual symmetry, long buried outlines resembling walls, terraces, or ceremonial spaces structures that once stood beneath open sky before disappearing under rising waters for generations. Witnesses describe standing at the edge of the receded shoreline in silence, not only because of what they are seeing, but because of the feelings surrounding it. The sense that something forgotten is resurfacing at a very specific moment in time. The words of Jesus speak directly into this moment. In Luke chapter 8, verse 17, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known will come abroad." This is more than a statement about truth. It is a promise about timing. Scripture teaches that there comes a moment when everything concealed, whether history, warning, or consequence, is brought into the light, not randomly, but deliberately. And in Isaiah chapter 44, verse 27, we are reminded, "That saith to the deep, be dry, and I will dry up thy rivers." In the Bible, when waters withdraw, it often marks a turning point. In the days of Noah, the flood waters receded to reveal a world forever changed. In other moments, dry ground appeared where none should have existed, exposing what had long remained hidden beneath the surface. So what does it mean when the deserts of Arizona begin uncovering what has been buried for generations? Could this be more than drought alone? That in a time when a nation once rooted in faith now wrestles with division, confusion, and spiritual distance, even the land itself is beginning to respond. Because Scripture does not speak only of blessing, it also warns of correction. When truth is neglected, when faith becomes secondary, when people drift too far from the foundations they once stood upon, God does not always remain silent. Sometimes, He allows the hidden things to rise into view. In parts of Oregon, entire sections of forest have begun changing in ways that locals struggle to explain. Towering evergreens, trees that had survived storms, droughts, and decades of harsh winters, suddenly began dying almost overnight. Not gradually, not with visible rot or wildfire damage, but abruptly. One week the forest appeared dense and alive. The next, patches of trees stood pale, brittle, and lifeless, as if something had quietly passed through and taken the life from them. What makes it even more unsettling is how selective it appears to be. Trees standing only feet apart remain untouched, green and healthy, while others beside them appear completely drained. Scientists examine soil conditions, root systems, insects, disease patterns, yet no single explanation fully accounts for how quickly these isolated sections collapsed. There is no clear chain of infection, no obvious environmental trigger, only silence where life once stood. And while Oregon's forests were beginning to change, strange events were unfolding across the country, almost in sequence. In Yellowstone, geysers that normally erupt on predictable cycles suddenly began surging at irregular intervals, some releasing violent bursts with unusual frequency. In Montana, herds of animals were reported moving erratically, abandoning familiar migration routes, and gathering in unusual areas for no visible reason. Then along parts of the Florida coastline, bizarre deep-sea creatures began washing ashore, pale, damaged, and unlike anything most residents had ever seen in their own eyes. Individually, each of them.
Such a beautiful dress though. Man, I tell you, don't you bring tears to your eyes then. Trust me.
event could be dismissed, but together they create a pattern that many people can feel even if they struggle to explain it. A sense that nature itself is becoming unsettled. Many who have walked through these silent forests in Oregon describe a feeling that is difficult to put into words. Not just loss, but absence. As if life itself was withdrawn rather than destroyed, and that distinction matters. Because in Scripture, there is a difference between something dying and something having its breath removed. Joel chapter 1 verse 12 describes a moment when the land itself begins to fail. The vines dried up, and the fig tree languisheth. All the trees of the field are withered. This passage was not only about agriculture. It was a warning, a sign that something deeper was happening beneath the surface, that the condition of the land was reflecting the condition of the people. And Isaiah chapter 40 verse 7 speaks even more directly to what we are witnessing. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, because the Spirit of the Lord bloweth upon it.
Can you dare believe it? There's actually a light that never runs out of power. Lift it and it turns on. Close it and it turns off. No need to plug it in at all. It has a solar panel on top, so it automatically charges in the sunlight. And a single full charge can last for months. It even features a high brightness flashlight.
In the time of Egypt, plagues came not only to punish, but to reveal, to expose the limits of human control and the authority of God over creation itself. In the final pages of Revelation, the earth responds as part of a larger unfolding: vegetation, water, animals, even the sky itself. So, what are we looking at now? Forests quietly losing life, geysers behaving unpredictably beneath the earth, animals abandoning instinct, strange creatures rising from the depths of the ocean. When events like these begin appearing one after another across the nation, it forces a deeper question. Because this may no longer feel like nature simply breaking down. It may feel like creation itself is trying to warn us that something is changing beneath the surface of the world we thought we understood. And just when it seemed the warnings had come from the sky and across the land, something began rising from beneath. In parts of Texas especially, near abandoned oil fields and old mining zones, strange underground fires and heat vents are becoming harder to ignore. Smoke has begun escaping through cracks in the earth near isolated sinkholes. In some places, the ground itself feels unnaturally warm beneath people's feet. Thin streams of smoke drift upward without visible flames, without explosions. Just a steady release from below, as if something buried deep underground is slowly forcing its way to the surface. And what has unsettled many residents even more is how often small flames have started appearing around sinkholes near long-abandoned excavation sites. Places where the earth had once been drilled, hollowed, and stripped for resources now sit unstable and scarred. Some fires burn briefly before disappearing. Others continue smoldering beneath the surface for days. Geologists explain that trapped gases, underground pressure, and abandoned industrial tunnels can create these conditions. And that may be true, but for many watching these events unfold, it feels symbolic of something larger. Because for generations, people took from the land everything it could offer: oil, gas, minerals, wealth pulled from beneath the ground until there was nothing left worth staying for. And then the land was abandoned. But nature does not always answer immediately. Sometimes the consequences wait silently beneath the surface for years before finally revealing themselves. Geologists will say these underground fires are not entirely new, and that is true. But what is changing now is visibility. What once remained hidden underground is now becoming visible above the surface. Noticeable, undeniable, impossible to ignore. And the timing aligns with everything else. Fire across the land, floods swallowing cities, forests losing life, strange movements in nature, and now fire rising from beneath the earth itself. In ancient understanding, the ground was never seen as empty. It was seen as a boundary, a place where what is hidden remains contained until it is not. Job chapter 28 verse 5 describes it this way: "As for the earth, out of it cometh bread, and under it is turned up as it were fire." Even thousands of years ago, Scripture acknowledged that beneath what appears stable, something else exists. Something powerful. Something capable of transforming the ground itself. And then Revelation chapter 9 verse 2 gives a far more unsettling image. "And he opened a bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace." This is not simply geological language. It is symbolic of release, something once contained now being allowed to rise. Throughout the Bible, moments like this are never without meaning. When the earth responds, when fire comes not from above, but from below, it points toward a deeper truth, that what is hidden does not remain hidden forever, and what is restrained does not remain restrained indefinitely. There is also a lesson here that reaches beyond the ground beneath our feet. Because just like these underground fires, there are consequences humanity often buries and forgets. Greed, exploitation, the belief that resources can be endlessly taken without cost. For a time, the damage remains unseen, but pressure builds beneath the surface, and eventually what was hidden begins to rise. Scripture warns not only about signs in the world around us, but about the condition within us. When smoke begins rising from the ground, it is not the beginning of the fire. It is the moment the fire can no longer remain buried. The sky over parts of Mississippi did not behave the way storms usually do. Before the flooding began, the atmosphere changed in a way people could feel immediately. The clouds darkened into an almost unnatural gray-green, hanging low over the Mississippi Delta and surrounding towns as daylight faded far too early. The air became thick with humidity. The wind slowed. Everything grew strangely still. It was the kind of silence that people step onto porches, stop conversations, and stare upward without fully understanding why. Then the rain arrived. Not as an ordinary storm passing through, but as relentless walls of water that refused to move on. Hour after hour, the rain continued pouring over the same areas, flooding roads, swallowing fields, and pushing rivers beyond their banks. Entire neighborhoods disappeared beneath rising water. Cars vanished under muddy currents. Homes filled from the ground up while emergency sirens echoed through the night. Instead of moving quickly across the state, the storm system lingered. It stayed over the region far longer than expected, continuing to release rain while the water below kept rising. Trees collapsed into floodwater, power lines snapped, families rushed into attics and onto rooftops, waiting for rescue boats to reach them. The sound was constant, rain striking rooftops, water forcing its way through walls, the distant roar of rivers spilling beyond their boundaries.
Well, one thing I do know is it says over there on the wall that the sky, I do apologize, I'm reading now, the sky blesses you with truth. The ground blesses you with truth. And I didn't realize it has a consequence. Now we know the sky does because they come out the sky and they're chucking stuff at you from the sky, but I didn't know the ground until he mentioned it. Because I'm not in America and I cannot see. You showed me 1 and 2 bits, yeah, obviously, but it's only now registered in the kitchen. The ground as well plays a significant, well, I hate that word, but we can use it now. This topic plays a significant part. The ground. Just like the ground when you do truth, it blesses you, so it must have the opposite as well. I hear you. I didn't see that one. I saw the sky. I saw that one. The blessings were true. And stars and moon change. I knew that, but I didn't know also the ground until now. Until what's going on in America. Yeah, because the blood, the innocence, the ocean, I know. So to every action, there's got to be a reaction, especially that, man. That's just wicked. And every year,
whoever invented this deserves
every year, you're celebrating.
the raise. Can't believe it's already 2025 and people are still using this old, disgusting same plugs. Come on, those things.
Instead of moving quick.
Why not? Why aren't you showing the good people what they need to know? Because it's going to come to them very soon. Because they took part in it, even if they didn't realize it. Well, their forefathers did, and when their forefathers opened their books, they came out. And it's always us children who suffer for our parents' behavior. Now the earth is getting involved. Because you took all these riches, didn't you? Carved it all up your mates, didn't you? All the oil that was in there for the people it was for. So the people could get by. And then when they got everything, they say, how have we got all this? Yahuwah. And then they say, right, we are going to praise Yahuwah. And in Jesus, we changed it, didn't you? You're down trying.
Changed in a way people could feel immediately. The clouds darkened into an almost unnatural gray-green, hanging low over the Mississippi Delta, and surrounding towns as daylight faded far too early. The air became thick with humidity. The wind slowed. Everything grew strangely still. It was the kind of silence that people step onto porches, stop conversations, and stare upward without fully understanding why. Then the rain arrived. Not as an ordinary storm passing through, but as relentless walls of water that refused to move on. Hour after hour, the rain continued pouring over the same areas, flooding roads, swallowing fields, and pushing rivers beyond their banks. Entire neighborhoods disappeared beneath rising water. Cars vanished under muddy currents. Homes filled from the ground up while emergency sirens echoed through the night. Instead of moving quickly across the state, the storm system lingered. It stayed over the region far longer than expected, continuing to release rain while the water below kept rising. Trees collapsed into floodwater, power lines snapped, families rushed into attics and onto rooftops, waiting for rescue boats to reach them. The sound was constant, rain striking rooftops, water forcing its way through walls, the distant roar of rivers spilling beyond their boundaries. Meteorologists can explain how these conditions form. Moisture from the Gulf stalled.
In England they say cocoa master. In Jamaica they say cocoa. But it's reading. In Jamaica they say cocoa basket. And no one knows what's in. Only Yahuwah. It's a special one that he said for this time. He said for this time. You know, see how the heat come on to grow the people. Some like it hot, some like it cold. Now this heat is consistent. The phone's being used. I need to do that before we go to sleep. It'd be nice if someone else could do it. Can we check, guys, to see how many sad people, right, or sad elders, right, have died today. Maybe they might not have it in today, or maybe tomorrow. But keep your eye on that, guys. You'll be horrified how the sun is just killing people, right? And they're not mentioning it, and they're not doing anything about it. It's absolutely a joke. But anyway, this thing is here for a minute now. This is not just like this is here for a minute. This thing out, but this is not to do with climate change. Miss, there is no such thing as climate change. No such thing. It is one of his other illusions, which again causes, guess what, confusion. Ural is a spirit who controls all of it, and it never misses a beat. Winter, spring, summer, always, because they control it. If they was in control of it, everything would be, and then don't forget, they praise the sun, the moon, the stuff. Did the sun and the peaceful moon and the glorious stuff, did it ask you to be its moon god? You're damn tramp. Right? So you're taking that as your devilistic god. Did it, Rasta? Weird. Wait when it drops on you. When the stars start just looking for you to drop, what are you going to do then? Say, no, don't stop, because I honour you. It says, well, I honour Yahuwah. So what are you going to do then? You're Dianj. Rasta, you're a joke.
Pressure systems, unstable atmospheric patterns. But even with...
And he's showing your whole empire now. Because before he hid it, but now he's showing people now. People are thinking, how did we get tricked that? No, because he was meant to. Right? Because the thing is ridiculously stupid now. Because his pure son stealing that. I've just been at school playing with them stealing later. Right? And the grinder. The tramp of a son. Right? That wasn't brought up with a father. Just brought up with no father and just lives on the street with his nice clothes on, might sell a bit of weed, yeah, and thinks he knows it all. I said, what year was you? He said 2000. I said, sit down. I'm like, what are you 2000? Sit down. Clown. I have no idea, miss. Right? Sit down. You're a damn idiot, bro. Please. Children telling grown-ups, not make weird. You're a thief. You're just like your father, a thief and a liar. Rasta. Can't take you nowhere. It's it.
I will love you. You belong in my arms. You belong in my home. Don't expect you to be someone you're not. All I want you to give is all that you got. So moving, no mountain, turning, no tide, swinging, no motion, long deep and wide. Just love me, baby. Long, strong, and true. Moving, no mountain, prove that you do. Moving, no mountain, to prove that you do. Sure as I live, I will love you. You belong in my arms. You belong in my home. Don't expect you to be someone you're not. All I want you to give is all that you got. So moving, no mountain, turning, no tide, swinging, no motion, long deep and wide. Just love me, baby. Long, strong, and true. Moving, no mountain, prove that you do. Moving, no mountain, to prove that you do. life with your love. You're the bread of life. Fill my life with your love, and I feel yours with mine. You never see me cry. Tears of regret. It's fine with me. It's what I see. But I can't moving on mountains, turning on tides, swimming on oceans, long and wide. Just love me, baby, long, strong and true. Moving on mountains, do that you do. Moving on mountains, do that you do.
Nice and easy. Nice and easy. The constant energy.
Moving on mountains, turning on tides, swimming on oceans, long, deep and wide. Just love me, baby, long, strong and true. Moving on mountains, moving on mountains, do that
Boy, lost ooh, so much, I just love me, baby, lost time sisters, time, trust me. Right, come in. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Before I get arrested. I have no idea. They'd always make up another charge. I have no idea. Never make up a charge. They always do. So I better enjoy it while I can, innit? Oh yeah! Stop it! Don't delay! If you want me, say it. Don't waste time. Don't delay. There's no love in it, man. It is selling, it's selling a product restaurant. It's commercial, isn't it now? What does commercial mean?
I just love what you do. Oh,
Bodyguard the children. Rasta. Level. I hope everyone's straight through. It's just a nice evening tonight, guys. Yeah. You know, the music's nice and mellow. No, they're going to complain. Yeah, go back, complain later. Whatever. Even though the script they complain. But anyway, the energy's nice, the music's nice and low. It's not even loud. You know I normally play. I just went out and play music. Boy, different sound guys completely. Not a good British word, it's a different sound. Even I have to say, because it's different, it's not here. I'm going to return it up here. When you play it out, it's a complete different thing altogether. And these are people coming and asking you stuff about it. I'm so true. Your voice is as good as mine, darling. And gentlemen. But then the system wants to stop it. And what she needs to rock and roll. And music that's been blessed by demons, right? And warlords. Future they listen to. On drugs as well. You got to listen to that. You can't listen to that normally. You got to be on drugs, listen to that nonsense. That noise. It's noise, miss. You don't see none of them dancing. And if it is, it's routine. They practice it. Choreography. There it is, miss. It's all practice. Just to look good. Just to look good. Down track. Why you can't dance natural? Why can't you do it natural? Why? Why not? Why do you not go see the robot? Deep raw that. I know choreography. I have no idea what that nonsense is done. There's some quick fight and fighting against the air. That's not how you dance. You don't fight against the air. You glide and go into it. I mean, it's giving you air to breathe and move around. And you're doing some Hong Kong fluid dance just to look good. And when we look at you sweating, yeah, that's not it. And then 10 minutes later, you need to sit down. No! Hey, mate. All just to look good. You need to, ask the good people. I'm still up here for hours. Brilliant. And yours is organised. You know, what? A 20-minute show, and you've got to sit down after. Why? Why has it always got to be you and your people? Why can't people show you something different? Why? How come no one's talking about Father or Jesus? Or Father or Jesus? Or Father, miss, or Jesus, or Father. Or why not? Why is it always me? Look at me, I'm a thief. Look at me, I'm a rapist. Look at me, I'm an anger. Look at me, why? Why? What about if you're fed up of looking at you? You just look at my bum. No, you don't do bottom. For God's sake, mate. Tutu, I have no idea. But I have no idea where all the righteous men are. I have no idea. I think it's so quick to be given materials and being recognized just to be an idiot. Right? And I don't mean that in no way to anyone to say we're better than anyone, because that's not, there you go again, with the I am again. There you think I'll show you nothing, can you? It's always about you, always. Trying to show you something, how people fit, and it's all like, oh, you can't say that's what, because it upsets you. I mean, everything upsets, weird. Everything upsets you. Everything. And the question is, right, why is it always got to be about you? Yo, you know, you see this rip a woman, right, a child who raped a child, and then nothing happens to them, but why? Because they're kids, you know, and we've got to cover, we've got to look after the kids. How can you look after a child? Rasta, I have no idea. You think it doesn't work, man? You think it doesn't work? It's an insult to sisters that get raped. Yes, sir. Right.
Vegetables more eco-friendly and to move away from traditional diesel generators,
right,
which most still.
You're just walking up and down with a Pia Bumba cloud money with the sunshine, right? And then you're something decent. You're a joke. You're a joke. You don't even try and sort out the world. Look at this, rape centers. There is this weird. Like, when is it going to stop? Huh? Well, it's not women raping women, is it? You damn tramp. When are you going to all come together, you stupid idiot boy, and realise she rejects you because you're an idiot? That's why. You're why? That's not. If you wasn't an idiot, you wouldn't have to rape her with her. Think about what I'm saying, you damn idiot. Rasta.
Also tonight, one of two girls raped by teenage boys in this underpass in Hampshire.
And it's a teenager too, you know. It's not a grown man that used to go in the park with a raincoat. It's not that. It's gone to the... Why? Because nobody addressed it. That's why. So it spreads. And then the children are raping children. And what do we say? Lessons to bumper class.
Have witnessed basic freedoms being taken away from Afghan women.
Also tonight, one of two girls raped by teenage boys in this underpass in Hampshire, who were later...
In this time, it's not good to be a woman. And if I was a woman, I'd be connected to father anyway, so I'd be alright. But in this time, it's not safe to be a woman or a child, or a damn child.
Spared jail, says the sentences are like a rock.
And he got spared jail. Do you know what as well, miss? He had a knife as miss. He had a knife as well, miss. Yo, and he's a teenager. His balls ain't even dropped yet, miss. Right? His balls haven't even dropped yet. And he's raping. And he's using a knife. And he is a teenager, miss, and they didn't do anything to him. Why? Because he's a kid, and we've got to be gentle with the kids. It doesn't make sense, guys. It makes no sense.
Straight in my face, the government urges fairness for the victims.
Those girls deserve justice, as do their families, both for them, but also for other girls that are put in that position, and quite frankly, other boys need to know that they can't behave in that way and get away with it.
Deal or no deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Mixed signals tonight from Washington. Arsenal lift the Premier League trophy, but which one of their London rivals is relegated? And cooling off in sweltering temperatures as a heat wave hits more parts of England, and it's about to get hotter. Hello to you. Imagine not being able to play with your own children in a public park.
1 minute, guys. Can I ask you a question, please? You know, we've got the fact checkers, right? Fact checkers, come here. Go and check some facts for me because I can't, because this phone's in use. Can you check the facts for me, please, yeah? And just keep it in your heart when you find out what it is, yeah? Can you ask the phone, yeah? How many people in the UK this summer have died from the sun? Please, say please at the end. And see what answer you get. Hear what Clive just said. Clive just said children. Children as well. They're proud children. That the sun, the bell rings, is going to get worse. This is part of the plagues, guys. Anyway, go and answer the phone, yeah? Politely, how many people in the UK this summer, and don't forget to know, right, when he gives you the answer, summer hasn't even started yet, right? I know the answer, I still wait to see it, because, you know, it's alarming. But go and answer the phone, politely, could you tell me, please, how many people this summer, that ain't started yet, have died from the sun? Please, and see what the answer usually does. And then when you get the answer, hold on to it.
England, and it's about to
music
get
children. Right, leave them, they're my children, and they're mine. They owe me, and I owe them spiritually. Quiet down. Yeah, Satan, quiet down, quiet. You haven't got this relationship. Go away. Go away. Because if it wasn't for these people here, I would be in jail now. So the only thing I don't share with them is when I actually go to toilet. But I tell them, right, don't forget. You wipe, like now in the bathroom, wipe in the bottom. You wipe it 4 times a day, done. So you see it, okay? And you get the thing, and you it's a clean bit, where? And you put it down. 1, 3 to go. So when you sit down, where everything, clean bit, where, this is this thing, wait, breathe, she want you for, stop it. She want you for breathe, don't forget. These bunch of children. Don't forget, because they say cleanliness is what? The closest thing to who? You are just stop it. The breeze.
Hello to you. Imagine not being able to play with your own children in a public park simply because you're a woman. Well, that's the reality for millions of mothers in Taliban-controlled Afghanistan. Past assurances that women would be allowed an active role in society have come to nothing, with a Taliban spokesman telling the BBC that women are being granted their rights according to Islamic law. That means the ban on female education is yours, and there are no female doctors or nurses or professionals of any kind. Women have been erased from public life. Yogita Limai has our top story tonight, and the identities of all the female interviewees have been hidden and their voices changed because of the fear of reprisals from the Taliban.
In Afghanistan, the exclusion of women is visible everywhere, even from the simplest of joys. They're banned from parks, missing precious moments with their children. The mums can't be the ones pushing the swings or cheering for their little ones coming down the slide. It's hard not to be stunned when you see it.
I can't be down there because I'm a woman. During the course of the years that the Taliban have been in power in this country, we have witnessed basic freedoms being taken away from Afghan women. We know there are divisions within this government on the issue of women's rights, particularly on the subject of education. But if the expectation was that as time passes things will loosen up, actually it's gone the other way. The top leader has hardened his stance.
Particularly on education. One of the most heartening sights in the world is little girls going to school in the morning. But it's a freedom these girls will only have for a few more years. When they become teenagers, they'll be pushed indoors. That hasn't stopped some, like these 19-year-old women, from holding on to a fragile link to education. They're enrolled in a short-term English language program. A handful of such courses continue, slipping through the cracks of Taliban bans. This woman traveled to Kabul hundreds of miles from her home in the remote Daikundi province, because if she stayed there, she would be pressurized into getting married.
Before the ban, my parents passionately encouraged me to study. They believed in me and told me I can definitely achieve my dream of becoming a pilot. But now they say the best way for me is to get married because I can't go to school, to university, I can't even work. I'm afraid if I return to Daikundi, I will be forced to get married.
How long do you think you can resist? How long do you think you can hold the line?
I will keep resisting until I can no longer breathe. I want a better future.
Back in the early years after the ban, Afghan women had resisted, marching in the streets of Kabul and other cities. The protests were violently cracked down on by the Taliban government's forces until no one could publicly raise their voice anymore. Nearly 5 years on, for countless women and girls, the damage is irreversible. We drive to the west of Kabul to meet a family. 2 generations of women with broken dreams. This elderly single mother worked as a cleaner in people's homes to put her 2 daughters through school. But when the Taliban banned education, she says she was forced to push her elder daughter to get married.
I was fearful that the Taliban will question why I'm not getting her married. I had wanted her to be educated, work, and contribute to society. I'm illiterate, so I'm like a blind person. But I wanted my girls to learn. But here in Afghanistan, it's over for us.
The 22-year-old daughter is now the mother of a toddler and an infant, visibly carrying the grief of lost opportunities.
Having a husband is not the only dream a woman has. She needs to stand on her own 2 feet first, become independent, and then she can marry and start a family. But I went into this new life with none of that. My dreams remain unfulfilled.
When they first seized power, the Taliban had said women would be very active in society. Assurances demolished by their actions.
Well, you treat a thruster. It's just
We've
terrible,
come
man.
to
Come on,
the
man.
Government Media Information Center of the Taliban government to interview the deputy spokesman, and we've just been setting up for that interview. We're waiting for him to arrive. This can't be done as a conventional interview because we can't be pictured in the same frame, and I can't sit across from him either because I'm a woman. So this is how we've set it up. He'll be sitting there. The translator will be sitting across from him. I'll be sitting in this chair, but we have editorial independence. We are free to ask whatever questions we want to ask. Hamdullah Fitrat is the Taliban government's deputy spokesman. It would be rare for an Afghan female journalist to be given this opportunity. It's now been more than 4.5 years you've been in government. How can you continue to justify this ban on education on girls and women?
Regarding the ban on education, our figures show that around 7 million boys and 5 million girls are currently studying. The restriction on education beyond grade 6 is a separate issue. When secondary and higher education for girls will be opened is a question for the Ministry of Education, and hopefully they will provide a satisfactory response.
For nearly 5 years now, we've been speaking to women and girls in your country. At the very beginning, they used to tell us maybe it'll open in a few years. Now they tell us they do not believe that their education will be reopened under your watch. Is that true? Do you recognize that a whole generation of women, their lives, their dreams, they're already over?
As I have already said, this question is for the Ministry of Education.
You won't allow there to be female doctors, female nurses, female midwives. That is affecting, it's not just about the right to education there, it is about the right to health, it's about their right to a life.
The Islamic Emirate is committed to granting women their rights according to Islamic law.
The deflection and silence are unsurprising. We asked the Education Ministry for a response. They did not give one. With a tight grip on the country, the Taliban regime is trying to normalize institutionalized discrimination of the most severe kind. Yogita Lamai, BBC News.
Yogita and her team there on the enduring plight of women and girls in Afghanistan. Now here, a government minister says 2 girls raped in Hampshire by teenage boys who were spared jail deserve justice. He was speaking after one of the victims told the BBC the judge's decision was like a rock straight to my face. The Prime Minister says it's right, there's now a review of the sentences. Here's Shelley Phelps.
This was the underpass in Fordingbridge, Hampshire, where the girl, then 15, was raped by two teenage boys in November 2024. Her attackers filmed it on their phones and shared the footage online. The boys also carried out a separate attack on a second victim who was raped in a field last year. Supported by her family, the first victim told the BBC's Sunday with Laura Kuenssberg show how she felt about the judge's decision to spare them jail. Her words here, voiced by an actor to protect her identity.
The words hit like a rock, straight in my face. He almost made it seem as if what the boys did was not okay, but it was okay in the eyes of the law because they were still children.
And what did that mean to you?
It meant that why did I sit and put myself through the pain of going to court?
The Sentencing Council for England and Wales provides guidelines that the courts must follow unless it is contrary to the interests of justice to do so. It states that even in very serious cases, courts are expected to prioritise rehabilitation for children and use custody only as a last resort, especially where there is evidence of immaturity, vulnerability, or potential to change. Today, politicians reacted with concern after listening to the girl's testimony.
Those girls deserve justice, as do their families, both for them, but also for other girls that are put in that position. And quite frankly, other boys need to know that they can't behave in that way and get away with it.
You are here as a minister, but I can actually tell from listening to you as a dad, I think you found that quite hard to watch and to listen to.
It was very hard to watch because no parent wants their daughter to be in those circumstances, and you don't want a society in which girls are growing up in those circumstances.
It cannot be right that you can rape girls in a premeditated way, a knife be involved, it be broadcast by you on social media, and you don't go to jail. The perpetrators of these acts have to go to jail.
Posting on social media, the Prime Minister said this is an appalling case and it is right that the law officers are urgently reviewing the sentences. Last week, the Conservative Party leader Kemi Badenoch said the sentences were a disgrace. Meanwhile, the Children's Commissioner for England says she'll be taking up the case.
My heart absolutely goes out to these two young girls, and my office will be in touch and we will be supporting them. This review must happen.
A decision on whether to appeal the sentences is expected to be made quickly. Shelley Phelps, BBC News.
And if you've been affected by any of the issues raised in that report, there's information on help and support at BBC Action Line. The details there are for you on the screen. Now, Donald Trump says he's told US negotiators not to rush into a deal with Iran after earlier indicating an agreement had largely been reached. So there's confusion tonight about the status of any peace deal. Huge sticking points still remain, including control of the Strait of Hormuz and Iran's nuclear program. The Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has again stressed that any negotiations will not compromise Iran's dignity and pride. Here's Joe Winwood.
There has been a gulf between the two sides of this war. It seems the distance could be narrowing. That's certainly the suggestion coming out of Washington, with President Trump hinting that a deal to bring the war to an end and reopen the Strait of Hormuz could soon be done. Speaking on a trip to India, his top diplomat echoed that optimism.
There is the possibility that over the next few hours, the world will get some good news, at least with regards to the Straits and with regards to a process that can ultimately leave us where the president wants us to be. And that is a world that no longer has to be in fear or worry about an Iranian nuclear weapon.
The sounds coming from Tehran have also hinted at progress, if not a breakthrough. On the front pages, the mission of peace in Tehran and progress in negotiations. But there will be sticking points. The devil will be in the detail. Nothing has been publicly revealed, but US media are reporting the deal will involve a 60-day ceasefire extension, the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz without tolls, an end to the US blockade on Iranian ports, negotiations about the lifting of US sanctions, and a commitment to hold talks on Iran's nuclear ambitions.
ما آماده‌ایم
We are ready to assure the world that we are not seeking nuclear weapons. We are not seeking instability in the region. The source of instability is Israel, which is conspiring to keep war, unrest and division alive.
And Israel will be central to any lasting peace. Despite an official ceasefire, the fighting with the Iranian-backed Lebanese armed group Hezbollah continues. Iran will surely not accept any deal that does not bring this to an end too. This war has done terrible damage to parts of the region, the global economy and diplomatic relations. The prospect of a breakthrough will be widely welcomed, but expectations must be tempered. President Trump has this afternoon said he will not rush into a deal and that time is on his side. Joe Inwood, BBC News.
Russia says it's used a hypersonic ballistic missile capable of deploying multiple warheads at different targets as part of a huge attack on Ukraine last night. The capital, Kiev, bore the brunt of nearly 700 missiles and drones. 4 people were killed and around 70 injured. Vladimir Putin had threatened retaliation for a strike on what the Kremlin says is student accommodation in Russian-occupied Luhansk, killing 18 people. Ukraine says it was targeting a drone facility. A nurse from York has flown to the Democratic Republic of Congo to help tackle the Ebola outbreak. Kate White, who works for Médecins Sans Frontières, will be responsible for coordinating the charity's health workers across the worst affected area where the outbreak began. Now, most of the cases have been in the DRC, with the number of dead there rising to more than 200, with over 850 suspected cases. There have also been infections in neighbouring Uganda and Rwanda. Here's Fergus Walsh.
Everyone else is going off on their summer holidays, and I'm going out to Congo.
At Manchester Airport, Kate White was on the first leg of a long journey to the epicenter of the Ebola crisis in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The 46-year-old, who's originally from Australia, has helped combat more than half a dozen deadly Ebola and Marburg virus outbreaks in Africa in the past 40 years. She said this was potentially more serious than some previous emergencies.
There is definitely more at stake. It's not just for me. I really think, I'm one of the lucky ones. I get to go in, I get to do my job, and I get to come back out again. For the people that live in these areas of Congo, they do not have that luxury, and they also don't have the luxury of a robust health system.
Kate White will be responsible for treatment centres, biosecurity, as well as health promotion and engagement with the local community in Ituri province.
I am extremely concerned about the inability to get resources in, whether that be people and moving them around to be able to respond, or the other materials that we need.
At present, it's not possible to accurately test for Ebola in the affected region of DRC. Patient samples are being sent more than 1,000 miles to the capital Kinshasa for confirmation. Latest figures show there are 204 suspected Ebola deaths and 867 suspected cases in the current outbreak. On Friday, the World Health Organization raised the risk assessment for DRC to very high, though the global risk remains low. Fergus Walsh, BBC News.
It was liftoff for a huge Chinese rocket today.
Wait. I'm back. You missed me. Why did you miss me? Why did you miss me? Well, I missed you too. I was just saying to Albie next door, really glad that he's here. It's just a different energy, guys. And when you've got like a real friend, it's just a different energy. And you can imagine the journey we're going to go on together. It's just beautiful, man. It's nice when you've got a friend. Dedication to those who have friends. Yo, look after your friends, guys. No, when you have a friend, the friend you have, go and hug that friend. I've got to send that friend a proper text and say something from my heart, not just the little casual things. No, tell the friend, yo, I've just been speaking to T, and it made me realise how priceless it is to have a friend. I am not joking this. right? So if you have them, tell them this regularly, they know, and then they keep up the friend, you keep up the behaviour, and tell them why as well. Don't just say friend, tell them why. So they know, and then they can carry on with that behaviour. Because, you know what, nice words, you're pharmacists, guys. I'm not going to place you're pharmacists, it says...
Maybe that's one of those shops. I just thought of getting just a lad. One.
Yeah, okay then. If you've got any supermarket, can you get me a supermarket? Do you want some change?
Yes.
Yeah, if you can get me a supermarket.
I only got...
Yeah, if they got a supermarket, I'd appreciate that, brother. That should be enough, innit?
How many do you want?
How many I can get?
Oh, from this.
Yeah, from this, yeah. If you need it, take some change if you need some out there. I'll see you in a minute, yeah? Okay. What was I saying? I forgot.
The Shenzhou 23 will see astronauts spend a full year in orbit, a crucial step in Beijing's ambition to send people to the moon by 2030.
Damn moon. They've got no moon in it. The moon.
Here, it's been the final day of the Premier League season with the champions Arsenal celebrating their win in the title test. Presented the trophy after their final league game against Crystal Palace, sending a 2-year decade for England's top footballing prize. And on this final day of the Premier League season, qualification for Europe and the last relegation place was still to be decided. Match of the day follows the news, so you may want to divert your attention.
We got match of the day. That's all. I'm not going to look. Just go for it. I don't want to see what this one. I don't want you later on. Need my child. Dear.
Good evening, I'm Liz Beacon. One of Bristol's biggest music festivals returned to the city this weekend. Tens of thousands of people have been at Ashton Court for Love Saves the Day. Temperatures got up to 27 degrees today, and the sunshine's been helping to power the main stage, as Georgia Edie's been finding out.
Hope you enjoyed yourself, guys.
2 days of live music, dancing and lots of colour. Over the weekend, 50,000 people flooded into Ashton Court to see both local and international artists across 7 different stages. And this year, they've certainly lucked out with the weather. But with the heat comes extra precautions.
We have a lot of suntan cream on site, we've got our welfare centre, we've got a lot of water, drinking water in all the pits in front of the stages, security and bringing to keep a real eye out and see if anyone's overheating.
Organisers are trying to make the festival more sustainable this year by powering their main stage with a battery charged completely by wind and sunlight.
This is a hell of a battery, as you can probably see. So it's got 3 megawatt hours of power stored in it. It's got solar panels and it's got wind turbines attached, which means whether we've got sun or whether we've got wind, we're going to be able to keep topping up that battery while we're here as well.
It's not the first time it's been done at a festival. Glastonbury's been doing it for
sorry. They're closed.
Alright.
Yeah. I see this.
Alright. Not the guy that gave it so much. Trust me now. Oh, please. They feel it. The British feel it. How can I just let you walk away? Just let you leave without a trace. Right. When I started taking everything with you. You're the only one really dedication to you called Gerard. Whoa. Without a trace of what? It's revealed. Worries. Satan, why can't you hear it then? Huh? No commercial, multi-commercial. Why can't you hear it, Satan? The British, I know, beautiful in it. The British, what can I say? Would I stay here just a little bit? Right.
For a number of years and is now run entirely by renewable energy. But these changes are part of a movement to try and make festivals more eco-friendly and to move away from traditional diesel generators, which most still rely on.
To be honest, we're finding that better than traditional generators. The power is much more reliable, it's much more responsive, and I say that the impact on the environment is so much better. So yeah, we're loving it, and it's very much the future.
There was plenty of sunshine this weekend to keep that battery topped up and the party going. Georgia Eady, BBC Points West, Bristol.
There have been queues outside an NHS dentist in Bristol, which saw hundreds of people line up when it first opened. The St Paul's practice made national headlines 2 years ago, and it's now taken on another 1,500 patients. Bristol Blue Glass has closed its doors for good. Founded in the 1980s, the specialist glass.
What baby are you? I hear someone say, I'm a Thursday baby T. Well done. You know, baby, I'm a Tuesday baby, Tuesday.
Glassmaker company became a
Tuesday, 11th of May, 1971. That's how you announce yourself in the earth. Remember, the earth is coming up now and screaming at people, and people are knowing the earth is real in America, because, you know, they've done some naughty stuff there. They got rid of the original people there, so stuff happening. So don't forget, guys, you know, the ground is different. Just stop it. I'm just saying, Satan.
A symbol of Bristol's heritage, but it announced last month it could no longer afford to keep going.
The bald head dreadlocks is going to be taking away the peace of the earth soon, guys. It's not going to be the way we know it very soon. So don't be, oh, there's a deal, you know, good news. We're going to have, how can it be good news when it was you that created this nonsense? And then you're coming on your plastic platform and telling people, relax, don't worry, we've got a deal coming now. Right? It's good news. That's how you announced it, good news. It was good news before you went and tried to take it. But it's not good news. He's lying to you. His announcement should have been bad news. You can imagine, no. You think, right, after all the wickedness that you've done, the schools that you keep blowing up, the girls' school, by the way, and all of a sudden, oh, and you wiped out their leader, so they say. So all of a sudden, they think that they're gonna let you come in and let you get on and let everything go along. When they do allow it to go in, you'll be the last one. And when you do happen to get through, yours will be triple, quadruple the amount of yours. You have no idea what they've got planned for you. They've been waiting for this. They was waiting for this because they know what you're like. You talk teeth, right? So they knew them plot for you because you're always stealing that. You, your father, your forefather, your grandson, your son, you're thieves now, right? You're going to steal Father Lighter. What else now? Maybe it's meant to happen. It's got his name on it. I know it was pretty. I know it was made for me as well. By a millionaire Gentile made it for me, you know. And you saw it, and you waited till I looked, and you stole it. But it's alright, it's got his name on it. You have no idea what you've done, you stupid two. You're just like your father. You're just like your grandfather. You're just like your great-great-grandfather. You're just a thief now. You cannot leave people's things alone. But this, what you stole here, will be the last thing you steal. Me tell you why, it's got his name on it. And it says, oi, don't drag my name into anything, because I will not hold you guiltless. What did you do? You stole his name? No, not that name. Wrong name. Wrong. You talk thief. Right? You talk thief. Serve it right. Right? Leave people things alone. You're always stealing though. Always stealing. Always. I'm gonna call you Mr. Stealer. Always robbing and stealing, bro. Like your parents are teaching up good manners.
In those explanations, one detail stands out. The build-up before it arrived, and the way it refused to leave once it came. It did not simply pass through, it stayed, and that detail matters. Because Scripture has already described a time when the heavens themselves would display signs that disturb and unsettle. Luke chapter 21 verse 11 speaks directly about this. And there shall be fearful...
Not everybody wants to be a thief, miss. Not everybody wants to be a rat bag, miss. Not everybody wants to be a rascal. And not the sons, because the earth was given to the sons, miss. So now the father and the real son is coming now to question them and bunch them up now, right? These sons. Because he left the earth to you. Look at the state of it. You've carved it all up. The best parts of it, you've given it to your mates. There's nothing left of it now. And now the earth is screaming at you. The earth. And they're not showing these people. I have no idea why, because it's absolutely frightening and scary. You're not in control. What are you going to tell them now? It's climate change. There's no such thing, man. You're still using that one. That is as equal as Jack and Ori, that one, man. Right? You damn tramp. The times have changed now, you stupid idiot. And it's the elements around us that are in the dance now. You fool. You stupid.
Sights and great signs shall there be from heaven.
Right?
This is...
And it's you it's coming for. You. Right? Because it left you in charge. right? And look at the state of the dance, right? Look at the water, right? You were so greedy when you saw your reflection, right? You wanted to have it. People were telling you, it's yours, it's really yours. No, I want it. So if I can't get it, I'm going to turn that water your complexion. I am going to look at that's darker than my complexion. Why? Because I couldn't get the reflection, you damn tramp.
Not describing ordinary weather.
So you're poisoning the water. 80% of people is water. Is water. So you're right drinking that water. What about the blood drinking? You look a damn tramp. I mean, why are you so foolish? What possesses you to drink blood, Satan? Who else? Modern Israel. Haven't you got your own mind? The spirits are powerful. Just when you check Jesus and you check Father, you damn baboon. What the hell's wrong with you? Huh? What's wrong with you? You're commercializing rape, right? You're commercializing pedophilia, right? What about the sons who are not into that? Huh? Weird. We think this is swap and change, you damn tramp. Rest them.
It points towards moments when the sky becomes something people cannot ignore, when what appears above feels different from.
Listen to what this man is telling you. This is America. This is what's going on in real time. And you're still weird, huh? Now, if you did listen to your grandmother and your grandfather, right? You know, half a brain, you damn pea. Now listen to sense if you've got any common sense. When you have, sorry, you have. It's just suppressed. You cannot get rid of these things. Common sense, common knowledge, and common decency, my favorite one. These things you cannot get rid of. Right? All Satan does is suppress them, and you don't tune into them, and they have power. And you got these from Yahuwah. And if you don't use them, right, then you end up like what you are now. Because you think there's nothing inside you. When we all are under a law, guys, not do as you will. That gets you killed. For them to put that law in means there's a law. Let me say that again. For these Joker sons, right, to put that law in means there's a law, right? And it's not just a law, you say, they have 33% of what we have. When we drop the trap, you bartlett, you dreadlocks when we dropped it. And Masonry 31st. This is all them lot showing up in it. But Jesus, Peter, we're not going through that. The people that are in. We need to go forward, right? And these trams are getting dealt with. It's called the principalities. We can't see these spirits. It's what's inside us. What we got coming, guys, is woe. It's woe. What part of woe don't we understand? It's woe, guys. Woe. And listening to all these organizations is double woe, right? Because all they want to do is lead you to Satan. In fact, they're paid to lead you there. And they do it subtly. So when you hear like righteous talk, you think, what the hell's he on about? But you carry on over there with what you have. It's not for you then, is it? It's not for you. No, it's not. It's a don't forget to know. It's a choice. It's a choice. Nobody's not forcing you. No one's not forcing you. It's a choice. We put the cameras on. We just do what we're doing. You know, we don't. No, not allowed to. You just keep it raw. You make a mistake. You say the mistake you made, and then you go and learn again. This is what's going on now. It's not a joke. It's very serious. And if people can do the same thing with them, which I'm not seeing people doing, I'm seeing they're more interested in them than what's really going on. But you don't know how to mix it. You should learn how to do a balance if you're a real child. Right? You can do the Bible, you can do cooking, you can do music, you can do dancing, you can do righteousness, and show people how Hebrews live. And how you interact with people. Leave the camera on. If people come and knock you to door, they say how you live, say interact with people. And this is what our sons and daughters have forgotten. Not forgotten, we only understand what we're shown. And we're not shown these things. We show some foolishness there. And trying to normalize rape. And normalize pedophilia. All them nastiness that them sons are doing. And if them sons were anything, they'd be calling it out. There'd be some sort of organisations out there to deal with it. No, they're not at all. They're loving it, the little dirty trans. They're loving it, that's not. And Father's coming for you. This is all happening for you, right? And when the time does come, you're going to hide behind the woman. And all she's going to do is move herself out of the way with the children and leave you there, because it's not her they come for, unless you fix up. But we have the women to do with later on. It's you, right? And there's a chance that Father's giving you right? You ain't what you think you are. You're an idiot. You can't even do the basics. If you can do the basics, then you're in half a chance. And basics is consistent. It's every beautiful children. Don't forget we're all beautiful. Is this what? Beautiful children. Don't forget we're all beautiful. Is this what we're being shown, man? And this is what they showed us to be like. And it's only until someone shows you or you wake up and see it. And then you try something different. This is not how we live though. And not only that, we get cursed because we're under a law. We have a different law than you. You have the earth's law, which is truth, the ground and the sky. And unrighteousness, you perish in any one thing you do. Unrighteousness in the desert when we came out of Egypt from our ancestors. But it says, pass this on to you, your children, your children's children, and your children, when until I come. And we're under that law. We. Now, because they know that, and they want to get us in trouble, so they come up with their law. It says, right, we have a whole law, and the whole law is do as you want. It's the whole law. Just do whatever you, and it's called do as you thy will. And then they changed the Sabbath day on the 321 AD, that year is when they changed it from the Saturday to the Sunday. So now you're praising, what up there? You're praising Satan on a Sunday, right? You hijack the sun's day. So when you ask the sun, how many people have been burned by the sun, right? And then when you see it's like 1,149, and the sun ain't even started yet, then you start to think, why is the sun doing that? And then you realize you disrespect the sun. Father gave the sun a whole day, a hot for himself. And then you come and push the sun out the way, and then you expect the sun to shine bright on it. And this is what, because the earth speaks, guys. And I'm not telling you there's like climate change and this, that, whatnot, astronauts, and it's a lie, man. It's a, yo, yeah, man. Get luck, right? There's a firmament up there. Right, let me tell you one more thing, beautiful children. We are in the middle of water, right? So even if they did have to go on the moon, we were drowned, right? And next one, whenever you see the rainbow again, you'll see it double. Why? Because you're in the bleeding, there's a glass, right? And look at the shape of the glass. And look at the shape of the rainbow as well. Open your eyes, guys. Come on, it's right in front of you. Look at the rainbow again properly. Nobody can come in, right? Nobody can come out. It locked. He locked it. When he saw it was nice, he said, when he said let there be light, it has to be locked, you know, because it's going to go away. No, lock it up, believe me. It's in the Bible as well. Guys, it's locked, man. Nobody's coming out. Why do you think he created day 5? Stop it. Day 5, right? Nefaria and the next one, right? These monsters. Sea monsters. I said, why, Father? He said, so mentally the children. When I was creating that one, it gave me, I said, you. He said, not really, it made me weary. I said, he said, son, this thing is, why? So when I gather who I'm gathering, right, it's left for food. Food for who? It's got food in it, no, sir? For those who are left on the earth. I said, uh-oh. And there's the next one there called Mop something. There's a next one called Mop something. Right, but he said, is the Riviere. Now and so, and it keeps rising on the surface, guys. And Father has to keep saying, get back down, and it gets back down. I got the picture, I've shown you pictures of it. It's gonna be a dance. Because of Satan and his children and the wickedness that you've done on the earth, the wickedness you've made, killing, rape, murder, all that wickedness that seems like it's all right to do. You damn clown. So Father is going to do the same thing what he done to Palestine boys. Now they're having, the Palestine boys are having dogs have sex with them from Israel. And Father's told them to do that. Why? Because when you go to Joel 3 and it sees that you turned his boys from little children and had sex and turned them into prostitutes, the word says, and you took them off their land, Palestine, and you took their gold and silver and you sold them to the Greeks. That's what it says, Palestine, right? And it says, I will deal with you swiftly. I will all of his days, your whole nation smashed up. That's what the book says, though, right? And we didn't know it was going to make animals have sex with Palestine, but we didn't know that. Yeah, we saw that about a week ago. They're using animals, which Father has commanded them. Because after all Esau's done all the killing, then Father's going to kill Esau. But what Father does, he gets him and him and him to do all his work, speaks it, and they do it. And then after that, they kill him, because it says here, guys, look, Esau I have hated, I have laid waste his country and left his heritage to the jackals of the desert. And this is Malachi chapter 1 verse 2. So he's a donkey doing all the killing that Father wants to be killing. Why is Father doing this? Because what he did to his children. And Middle East belongs to Hebrew. That's why you got all the oil and everything there. And Iran is really Elam. That's who they really are. And they are worse than America. Right? And then you've got the next one called the Turkish boys, the Ottoman boys. All them boys, probably getting them all involved in this war here. So he can get them to kill each other after. And they were walking after. He knows exactly what he's doing. Or what he did to his children. Here it is here, guys. Amos. Go to the book of Amos in your Bible, chapter 9, verse 10. All sinners of my people will die by the sword. All sinners. There's just one line it says, and that's it. Will die by the sword. And this is what it's coming to do now. Because you can't build a new kingdom with all that. All that has to be dealt with. And this is what, and it's a long fight, because Satan's gonna have to come back as well. He's gonna let him come back. It's a long fight. It's a war. It's a long fight, guys. It's a long fight going on. It's a long fight going on. It's all in the Bible. And it's all in the Bible, but you can't read it. You understand it's not for Christians. You don't understand what's going on here. All they see is Jesus and give me money for tithes. You're damn trying. Well, I was going to tell you about tithes. You stay there. Everything you do is got to be money. Everything is money. Everything. And then you use that in the Bible too. And then you come up with Christians and kick out the children. I mean, you either stupid or a stupid are. The children know who they are. A little bit. Not technically and where they're ranked to, but they know who they are. And you're in trouble, mate. You're banging egg and bubble. I promise you that's done. Right? And energy's changed. Right? And the sisters are the ones who are helping us. Powerful sisters. The energy of powerful sisters. And we humble our childlike self to you. And to tell you miles as well. You're damn right. Rasta. I should be in jail right now. Father says that ain't happening. When he show you the people, beautiful, beautiful girl, very, very nice people, and strong in this thing as well. See, it's pure wickedness to one child. But we love it still, because we're full of love, and it's meant to happen. We're meant to go through it. For some reason, I have no idea, but we're just meant to go through it. Yeah, I mean, it's life, isn't it? That's it. As long as I got Yahuwah with me, I'm alright. I could be in poo-poo, I could be in dustbin. As long as I got Yahuwah with me, I mean it, guys. I am alright now. As long as I got him with me. You can do anything you want to me, if he allows it. If he allows it. Because I'm a good boy, and I don't see how he can, because what he tells me to do in the Bible, I do even more. So I don't see how anything can happen to me if I'm doing what you say, and you say nothing will. You know, so... Not because you're using your 33% of power, but every time you use it, Father steps up his power, and always the child always walks out that court, always. Because you've only got 33%, well, idiot, child. And who gave it to you? Who gave it to you, you stupid idiot? And that's what you're showing up with. Remember, Jesus smashed you out on the first and second day. You're not telling people that, are you? Damn child. Don't worry, all will be good. Why? Because it's the season.
Be from heaven. This is.
We were here about the vulnerable, the crippled, the disabled, the widow, you know, the carer, you know, the salt of the earth, you know, the silent heroes. Not silent no damn more, man. You damn tramp. You need to be silent. You. And get your money out and start spending your community. Damn tight tramp.
It's not describing ordinary weather. It points towards moments when the sky becomes something people cannot ignore, when what appears above feels different from anything they have experienced before. There are moments throughout the Bible where storms carried meaning beyond destruction. In the days of Noah, rain did not fall briefly and disappear. It remained until the world itself was transformed. The storm was not random. It became a demonstration of power, revealing how quickly human certainty can collapse once nature moves beyond control. When a storm settles over the land of this country,
Nice tune, innit? The Elton. Nice tune, man. The Elton. Nice tune, innit, guys? Nice tune, man. I'll sing it in the kitchen. Damn you, I mean, nice tune, bro. Nice tune. British tune, the Elton. British tune, the Elton. The boy can sing it up. Yeah, without doubt. And he knows it. I know. Some of them go the other way, innit? You can still sing though. You can't take that away from me, man. You can still sing. Lots of my children have done that. Not in their fault, and they can't even get out of it now. They've got children. Well, let's see. Go on, son. You know you're natural. Wow, ish. Just don't worry about that. Let's go keep on. Try to sort that out. Satan doesn't do natural. I know. Next door's natural, no. No. Next door's natural, no. Right, how are we doing? We are doing nice. We're doing nice. Nice hot weather, innit, guys? But what if you got some one of these tower things like iron tape and nice big words? And you can press it right, and it goes round. Look, it goes that way. And then it goes that way. Yo, it is good investment, especially for the night time. Which really kind of weather was coming up too. Be hotty. Weird. Yeah. Just food for thought, guys. Just food for thought. Food for children. Right, should we go British again? Let's go British again, guys. Nice tune. What about love a boy and love a girl? Look at this. Boy. Hey. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one. Nice, you know. want to be angry with from the children. Otherwise, we can actually destroy. Actually destroy it. It's to us. And it's against the full family of slavery. Our body is it's our own fault. I mean, hang on a minute. We don't control your house. We're controlled by your neighbor. And if we don't do what we say, children are slavery, scare us down. Or these children, where they are, and we're doing it every day, right? Because we got get that child. We're scared. Everyone down. We're scared. Especially the young Christians. Scared. No matter what we do, I'm scared. We're loving it. It is a way to do it. It's too hard to live it. It's too hard. We don't want Jesus love to live in heaven. Whoa. That's what he's saying. We are witnesses. Just those children need to be children. And stick they're going to work their antibodies the worst. And they think that it's fun. Nice. Yo, Israel, real Israel, biblical Israel. One thing I personally have against you, personal Israel, like that Father had to bring in a different nation for you to love him. And that was really hurtful. That was really hurtful. His own children don't love him. He had to bring in a different nation to make a different nation jealous. And then they might recognize him. I mean, that is, I'm so sorry, Father. That was definitely the wrong generation, because there was no way you'd need to do that with this generation. No way at all. But this is how much he loves his children. He wants to be recognized. You see me? Before he starts damaging. He even put the Gentiles with you. And let them up with the promised land, just to make you jealous. And he's not going to use them, doesn't use people. Now that he's let them in, they're in. Right? And not just in, the promised land as well, it says. That's what it says. Romans chapter 11, verse 1, double numbers. That's what it says. And it's your, not that it's a fault, right? But you're making people look at Father like, please, I mean, he's got to do that and do that just to get his own children to love him. It's an insult, that's that. And that is me to biblical Israel. It's an insult. It's an insult. And this is the spirit that created everything. And he has to go get another set of beautiful children to get you to recognize him. He has to even put you in slavery by the same children. Because you want to be like the children so much. You honor all their gods, all their Christmas, birthday, Easter, to their honor. And you don't do that with fathers. And you still tell the children about Christmas and about Christianity. And they wonder why you got sickle cell. You know, that's just for us, guys, that one lesson. No one else. That one is a cocoa basket. No one does a cocoa basket, isn't it? No one does it. You're not checking what's going on. I'm wondering why you're so ill. I've never even had a cold before. And I've smoked some dirty drugs for decades, isn't it? And they can tell you. And not even a cold. Because even though Satan tries to, and his little system tries to infect us, I still know who we are. And I've never called Jah, Because I do my homework about these first before I start following Jah and all that. His name is Yah, and the sister will make sure that his name is Jah. And Jah is excuse me, Jah is a Ham son. Earth is separated from three sons: Japheth, which is the Europeans; Ham, which is the Africans; Shem, which they don't want to talk about, which is us, African, American, us. Black British, us. Black Afro, us. Yeah, we're changing name. Us. It's us. Shem, in the middle, where all the oil is. Us. So, Haile Selassie is from Ethiopia. That is Ham. Africa. Ham. So he can't be, forget he can't be the father, because that is a taking a piece, but he can't be anything to do with Hebrew, because he's not Shem. Africa's not in Ethiopia, so he's not in the Middle East. And these are really true about Shem. And his name is not Jah. This is the Ethiopian man. Haile Selassie. Right? And it's not a mighty man at all, because I've been out with women who come from that country and they speak horrible. You can't even mention his name in their house. And even the BBC did a documentary on him. And he ran away, man. When Miss Lady went to deal with him and the Pope, he came here to Bath. And then when them not conquered it, then he came back under them not controlling it now. But he couldn't come back, because what happened? His own people buried him in the toilet. They took him from the duties of king and queen. Right? And they stopped the monarch. There was no monarch after him. Go and check. His own people buried him in the toilet for 7 years. And it's only recently they buried him out the toilet. And this is because we have never told who we are. They've always put something else and said, this is it. Listen, this is not it. You are the children. I'm still learning. I don't know none of this. But one thing I do know, we are the children. Father called me and said, not Jesus. Yahuwah called me himself. We are the children. It's my duty to tell the children, the infant, the nursery, not you and you and you and you, because you know everything about nothing. And it's very difficult to get people in that indoctrination of Christianity. So when they hear that we have no, and there's too much energy over there, still read Christianity there. Because King is a black man. The book is a black Bible. The king is a black king. He used to be king here in 1566 to 1625. He was king of England, king of Ireland, and king of France, right? And he wrote the book. His name is King James, that's the name of the king. And his book is King James. He, and all the scholars have got it written. I've showed it to you already. So why would you follow that? But the original, the DNA of Christianity is brown skin, for true. But he's indoctrinated. But the originality is, and I only found this out the other day, he didn't make up Christianity. He took it, because when they was doing the slavery, this is what the slaves had. And then he's come and indoctrinated it, turned a different language, and here we go, bro, and put himself in it now. And this is why all this wickedness is first happening to America. Because America went and just massacred, and England just went there. But it was and India. It was New England, because it wasn't American, it was the England. New England was called then, and India teamed together, Cowboys and Indians, and then went up there, which it was at that time, it was Hebrew and indigenous people, right? And they went there, massacred it, the worst massacre ever, they said, the worst. From 0 to 1500, yeah? And after they wiped all their life, guess what? Who walked in? 16%. We walked in, so they've done no work. We just walked in, and we are the ones who, the slaves who walked in. Perfect timing, because we come at 1609. No, sorry, 1619. 400 years, 1619. So it's all in perfect timing for yourself. Oh, they haven't done a thing, right? And not once at the whole 250 years do you ever think about the people that you murdered. And there is an ocean, guys, you just can't see it. It's an ocean of innocent blood. Not even the Wellingtons can cover it. what they're swinging and walking around in America. America is super, super cursed, right? And if you go and have a look on the internet, right, people will show you that place there is whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, for the stuff it's done. You can't hurt humanity and you can't hurt the earth. To then get humanity yourself and then say we are peace. But the peace that you're calling cannot make any sense because of what you've done to now call peace. You're insulting people's intelligence who deal with peace. Right? You're trying to change peace into violence and change violence into, oh, we don't, you know, no, 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 no. And where people are scared, that is your business. Yeah? There's spirits in the dance and they're smashing up these walls down. But you're not going to change humanity. You're not going to, just because you're rubbish at it, can't even do the basics. You can't even dance. You don't even know how to cook food. You don't even know how to make your bed. You don't even know how to wash clothes. Now, all these things without a machine. Right? Without a machine, all these things on your own. You don't know how to cook food from scratch. Without how to McDonald's, right? Without how to Burger King, right? And I'm certainly not talking about pizza. No, KFC, no. From scratch with vegetables, right? You know how to cook food? So how are you going to survive? No, not her, right? She needs to transfer from a caterpillar to a butterfly. And then she can fly away, but you won't allow her to. Why? Because she's going to fly away. I know, you damn tramp. Rasta, DJ, weird. You're not hard to work out, bro. They try. You serve no purpose. What's your purpose? So we can share. What? Stopping me? Hurting me? Telling lies on me? Putting laws on me? Hey. Yo, there's a law on me, right, guys? You know, like my paraphernalia in here. If I've got paraphernalia in here, they can arrest me. Because what they put a law out there. We just see that we can solicitor and Albany. Like, because I don't read what they, I just read, I don't read until, all I do is notice the date, whatever the date they want you to come. Yeah, and then part of, and then now people are looking at it, they're like, whoa, when has the child got time for himself? It's absolutely a joke now, but it goes to show how wicked your system is. The white supremacy system, that it is. Well, you're not brown, are you? So you can't even open your mouth. Yo, last time you opened your mouth, I said to you, here, wear my shoes or my trainers for 5 minutes. You start showing 6, so you said, no problem. You know what I mean? And before I keep just said, is your foot clean? He said, yeah, it's clean. I said, good, eh? Yo, as the brother put the toe in, he kicked off the shoe. He said, damn, that's hot. I said, well then, keep your backside quiet then. Right? You couldn't even walk in the shoe, you couldn't even put it on. They start moving. Try walking in our shoes. Then you can run up your mouth. Blue jeans, baby. Remember, they don't call us sir, and they don't call us Lord, right? And pay you as well. I mean, Rasta. What about House of Lords? What about they learn and they ring and then they want to come and call father that name? I mean, it's an insult. Rasta. Blue jeans, baby. I don't know why you're not serious, guys. About yourself, life, people, the earth. Beautiful tune, beautiful tune, beautiful tune. The eyes to see. I haven't heard this tune for a long time. Beautiful tune. Dancing in the sand. Now she's in me. Right. Always with me. Tiny dancing in my hand. Jesus. Jesus reach out in the street, condemned tickets are forgone. Turning back, she's just left. But her heart is not that bad. I just want to say dedication to sons that still, you know, rap back there, you know, sons that still, always looking for an opportunity to steal. Your father is a stealing ras. Your grandfather is a stealing ras. So the children and the children's children will be a stealing ras. You stole something today from me, but you cursed yourself because it's got his name on it. And I'll keep mentioning to you until and I think I know which child it was as well. When we play music, we don't like these sons near, and we told you. But just because they're sisters, you use that because you know the sisters, and then you use that to get next to him to steal. We don't have sons around us unless we know them. They're always stealing or trying to do something with bad energy. Sisters are different, you know what I mean? Because they're there to do their thing, they offer you stuff, we offer us stuff. There's no energy. But then because you know the sister, you go there as well, music playing, and then you look at it stealing that. I can't stand them sons done. They wear nice clothes and all that, yeah, but you know, it's not the clothes you need to watch, it's what's inside the clothes. They are rotten, Rasta. Trust me, Dan. The boys coming to me, and somebody gave me money anyway, because they felt so bad. And I took it, normally I wouldn't. I said, yeah, and I stopped playing music as well. I said, and please don't stop, why should I? Come here to do something and you're stealing from something. No, man. You need to learn, Rasta. That's just not, and these tramp sons, then. and you still ain't learned because your father's a thief, your grandfather is a thief, right? So then, what do you expect? Not to be a thief? And nobody hasn't atoned or even tried to address this. Not only that, they pay you to be a thief, then. They tell you it's all right to be a thief. Not when you're stealing from stuff like that. Now we curse our stuff. We put a curse upon it. What is this curse anyway? Because it's got his name on it. It says Yahuwah. Right? And it was made for, I didn't go make it, somebody made it for me. So now I'm going to have to go and get it again. Going to have a different element now because somebody made it. It was specifically made for the child. You stupid idiot. And where it was so beautiful and elegant. You stole, and then you stole Chrissy's grinder as well. These children, when they see with elegant stuff, they think they can have it. So they walk around with other people's elegancy, but they haven't got the behaviour. These tramp sons. Again, your father's a thief, your grandfather's a thief, so you must be a thief. If not, then you wouldn't be thieving. It's not hard, right? But people are fed up of your thieving done. And this is why good things don't happen and good people don't come out, because you're always looking to thieve. You can't just sit down and enjoy yourself. You're always looking to big up your chest and all that in other people's stolen clothes, I bet. The clothes might look glamorous, but it's not the clothes that you should make fool you. It's what's inside the clothes. The damn idiot. And I could even imagine him. He lives with a woman. The damn tramp. And if he doesn't, he lives in a stupid hostel. Damn idiot. Because you're stealing, Dana. How can you steal from someone that's coming to bring love in the community? And it says Yahuwah, but you didn't see that, you saw the back of it because it had a nice weed on it. Somebody made it for the child. You're not the child. You can't steal away and say you're the child, you stupid tramp. And this is what's wrong with this world. You're too much into what? Identity theft. You damn Romans, man. Why can't you just show people that you're a Roman? Show them all your pagan stuff that you do. Because not once, right? Not even twice have you shown anybody about your pagan dance. And I'm showing them many pictures of your, it's not my house, it's your pagan dance, right? And your favorite one, right, is going to that damn beer, right? And giving it what? The best fruit of the bunch, right? Is the infant, not the children, the infant. Children, right? And you'll say, oh, I like it when it's still got the blood on it, you damn tramp. And you got parents giving the 2 hands as well, you know, to the demon dog, right? And this thing's been going on since I said, chuck him in the river. Chuck him in the, no, chuck him in the river. Or first males, now, all the males. What about the daughters? The daughters you can save, right? But chuck them bleeding males in the bleeding river. Why? Don't ask no questions. Just chuck them in the damn river. And that's still going on today. Why? Because there's no atonement for it, right? None at all. And you got carried away with the children, chucking our children, and then using the rest of them for sacrifice. You know, because it pleases Satan. Why? Because he's the opposite for us. What do we cherish? Honor. And do anything of, apart from father, children. So what does he do with children? The opposite. I don't know at all, because we know the opposite, and times up by 100, the opposite. And then they put laws out, right? We don't protect children. Right? We protect girls, and we protect women, which is a joke. Go and ask Wayne Cousins, spelt with a Z. So that's a joke. And then they tell you, we don't protect. It's not like they're hiding to Satan. They tell you up front. Why? Just to see if there's a backlash. There's no energy backlash, so it can go through. And then the 33% lock it. Bam. Why? Because you allow them to say, rest up. The innocent plenty millionaire, right, is leaving this country. Why? Because you don't protect kids. Remember, millionaires don't struggle for money. Why? They're millionaires. So when it comes to this family thing, they're very good at it. Very. Right? So they don't need to lose their morals or their moral compass because they've got money. But here is completely different. Completely different. People are giving their children to rioting. I know this. Giving their children. Right? So when you take someone's freedom, right, and you take someone's home, so what is left for the child when you take their freedom and you take their home? Huh? Orchestrated, by the way, Crafty counselling sunscreen. What is the child meant to do when you've done that? And what is the reason also for it? These are the questions that need to be answered, because other children have committed suicide, or other children have bowed, you know, to bringing in children and having sex with animals and camels and just kept going along with your nonsense. So where are the children? The children of Satan, where are they? Yo, yeah, man. Driving 666 cars, that is the brother. That's the closet. The closet dance done. You need to come out now. You need to come out, because he'll push you out. Now, if you support Satan, fair enough. Each to their own. Everything's a choice. But you cannot be supporting him behind closed doors and then saying that you love Jesus and all that nonsense. Right? He'll box you in your face down. Right? You cannot be married and then have an affair. Let me say that again. You cannot be married and then have an affair. Right? You support Satan, support him. Support him. Support him. Show the world you support Satan. Because you have witches, and you've got to say dedication to the witches. Why can they tell you up front, I'm a witch? Right? And here's the next one. The boy was saying, it's the whole law. You have to respect him. Right? Because he tells you, I'm a lieutenant when it comes to the devil. You've got to, yo, any person who tells you anything like that, you have to respect them. But yous lot now, you don't even know what you are. And you're being wicked because you're trying to get children who don't know what they are, and you're trying to convince them with your nonsense because they don't know what the hell's going on. And this world is a devil world which is going to change on you children who are working for these people, because you have no idea when it changes. No, the hearts will stop beating. Rightly so, he said, don't worry, I'll restart it again. Oh no, come here. I'll restart your heart again. And I'll put hooks in your jaw. This is how he speaks, miss. Right? But for some reason, Christians are not showing you the book. They just the Jesus bit and then they get paid for it. Dudu. You even make money out of it. Right? Tithes has got nothing to do with money. Right? And you need to remember, people, stop being stupid and stop insulting holiness. Holy would never ask poor people, is what it's come from. The vulnerable, the crippled, the disabled, the widow, you know, and it goes on. You know, everyone is poor and broken in some sort of way. Yeah? So why is he going to ask you for money then, if it's come here for you, to uplift you? Why will it ask you for money when it knows that the system has made sure you haven't got money, so the system can survive? Right? So why is my people and your people, because you've got a nostril, so they're yours as well, just disconnected a little bit. So why are they going to ask you for money? Why? So we have to go back to what? The common sense, because they can't take these things. Common sense, common knowledge, and my favourite one, common decency, because this is Yahuwah, and he's in you, and Jesus, right? They're in you, the nostril, right? You're just disconnected a little bit, because you're not doing the things they want. They're not going to talk to you, are you? You're burning children, and you're drinking blood, and you're eating pork. Don't just think about what I'm saying. They tell you in Leviticus chapter 11, children gather, come. Children come. Right? Children from Bristol, right? Children from Brislington, right? Children from Nottingham, children, please come. And it's saying, please look, get your books out. Leviticus chapter 11, it tells you children what to eat, what not to eat. So when we're talking in the day or in the night, we can talk. When you've got that stuff in you, we cannot talk. I will go nowhere near you. Because I am Kodesh. That's not, I created that to eat poo-poo. Them seafoods there what they're eating. No, because they are the hoovers for poo-poo. If they wasn't there, the sea would be infested. So I create them monsters there to eat the poo-poo. Right? Crab, lobster, poo-poo eaters. You don't touch them things, guys. What's in the water? Shrimps, all that. No. They eat poo-poo. But Satan says, no, you're eating it. He would tell you that, wouldn't he? Of course he'd tell you that. Remember, they are the opposite to us. And you know what makes him deadly, right? Because he comes for us, right? So when it comes to being nice, He knows how to be nice. I bet you don't even know what his job is, do you? When he was up there, right, this was his job. You know, children like you and me, when we've done something good, or we passed a task so we can rise higher, right? You know what his job was? Putting lights on, right? And dazzling us. Make sense of today? That was his job. So, when it comes to being nice, don't forget, you know, he was father's right-hand man. Well, don't forget this, you know, don't forget, he's not an idiot, you know, he's not an idiot. And he's not ugly either, he's very handsome. Right? Very handsome. Don't forget there's a Hebrew there. Right? There's a Hebrew. And when the lights go on, you'll be very disappointed. Very. Very. Because I don't know what you keep thinking everything's Roman. No, it's not, man. It's a punishment, guys. It's lepra, that is. Because you are children of Japheth. Right? And children of Japheth are brown. There's 3 sons. Japheth, Ham, and Sheba brothers. But your forefathers wasn't happy with what father gave them. Right? So they went here when they shouldn't have gone there, and went there when they shouldn't. And father said, wait! And they went there when they shouldn't have went there, and then the rest is history. And that is the dance, guys. Beach party, dread. Boy! Boy! I know there's a lot in it, guys. It's a lot, but and guess what? It's a hell of a lot. I don't even know anything. All I do is standing in and he's talking through me. Because you gotta be careful how you speak, because there's a lot of dreamers. You know, we know what father's like, innit? Give him the stage, right? He has a dream. The way he does it is well, so brilliant, guys. The way father does it. He makes them look like the little children they are. Mighty ones, he calls them. You have no idea. You know what father says? He says, when I show up, son, the whole place melts, right? And men mourn. It's over there. And men mourn. Just when you see him, they even said anything. Just when you see him, they start crying. Just stop it. We cry when he says to us, just depart from us, utterly destroy it. And then we start crying. This is what you should read, Exodus. You'll get so much joy in it to see how these children, right? Us now, right? We're so disobedient. I mean, remember, beautiful children, he just took it out of Egypt, right? You cried out, please, mama, please, papa, father, please, father, please, please. Alright, right? And that damn Pharaoh, 10 times, 10 different plagues, but father did it on purpose, right? And anyway, so, and he had to reveal himself. And he did all that, right, to get these children out, right? Now, check this. The children, right, only had to go from Egypt, right, to the promised land, right? And on the map, it's only here to here, right? But it took them 40 years. Why? It's just from, go and look at the map. It's from there to there. Why? Because they're so damn disobedient. Read the thing. This is why he opened it up, right, for the good white people, right, which is Romans chapter 11, verse 11. Because some of them are like, yeah, when the Israelites said, yeah, we hear that, right? But this is not the issue. It's what's inside the Hebrew, right? You have to have a balance. Why? Because you're looking for priests. You're not looking for, you know, the Hebrew Israelites to be saying, white people are devils. No! Oh, please. That's like jumping out the fire into the frying pan. All this, and no. Boy. And the funny thing about it, right? When you read Romans 11, it serves you right. And Father says, I've brought these children in now. And if they behave better than you, they're going to go further than you. Serve you right. Because you keep using these children against Father. So now he's done it against you. The only time, 4 times we've been in this slavery thing, guys. And it's because of these ancestors. They won't honor Father. They want to honor what you're doing. They want to honor all your gods and burn their children and just, you know, live slackness and just red tear and all this nastiness, that this is every time why we go into slavery. Every time, though. There's no other reason why. No other reason why. And he got so fed up, he said, right, Romans chapter 11, verse 11 then. And that is done. And you can't blame him, done. Because if you knew you belong to the Most High, and he even took you out of Egypt, and while you're on that journey, just to go there, it took 40 years because you're constantly complaining. Constantly. That's so, I'm going, I don't even know how far I've waited so long, 4 generations until we come up. Because we can't understand how this, even to this day, guys, this damn generation still can't see this mistake, what I'm showing them. Still can't see it. Still can't see it. But now, the good Gentiles are in now. And good. Damn right, though. Damn right. I bet you didn't even know that. It's in the damn book. Which book are you reading? The Christian book. Well, it's in there as well. Oh, God's sake. Mate. You need to stop listening to them sons and them organizations.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I find love you can easily hide. Don't have much money, but if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. I was a skelter, but then again, no. Makes oceans and travel and show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, yeah. This one's for you. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down the words. How wonderful life you're in the world.
Always complaining. Always complaining. What a wicked heart.
Top the moss with you. All the birds really got me quite cross, but the sun's been quite nice. While I wrote this song, it's for people like you that keep it turned on. So excuse me if I forget, but these things I do. You see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, what I've really need. Those are the sweetest guys.
Wicked nations. I'm with his neighbors.
You can tell everybody
more life about the child.
It may be quite simple, but
that's simple life.
Now that it's done,
I hope you don't mind. Lying, not no more. I make sure that you your fathers. Not for you, your horrible names. Not all.
While you're in the world, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. I put down the world.
Not antisocial, criminal behavior order. How dare you? White Never speaking when you see you guys. Always making up stuff to make yourself look good and hurt others. Until the earth changes on you. And then you say, oh, what's going on? It's what you did to the children. And what you continue to still do to the children. There's only one set of children, guys. I know you can't get your head around it because of what these sons told you. Well, they would, wouldn't they? There was only one set of children. Not all the same and this, that's just nonsense. An absolute lie. It's a lie. There was only one sex of children. One. And different things can go through there because it was born by the power of the Ruach HaKodesh. And this tells you this, again, in Galatians chapter 4, verse 23. Again, differently. Galatians chapter 4, verse 29. These children wasn't born with human effect, way it says. It was born by the power of the Ruach HaKodesh. It wasn't born with human effect. That's what it says, doesn't it not? So this is why you got this white onslaught, these idiots, but it's different now. 400 years, finished. Different energy that's out now, different. It's out to get you. And it's still plotting and scheming for its children. Still. Out to get you, bro. Because you're still too wicked and you can't read what's going on around you. Is that alright?
And a presence refuses to move.
Peaceful children as well, you know. Peaceful.
And leaves behind this level of devastation, it forces a question that goes beyond weather reports. Is this only a natural event? Or is it another reminder of how little control we truly have? Because the sky does not ask permission before it changes, and when it does, everything beneath it is affected. So when the atmosphere grows heavy, the clouds darken unnaturally, and the rain refuses to stop, what exactly are we witnessing? And if this is only one event in a larger sequence unfolding across the country, what happens when the next one arrives? After a minor earthquake in a remote section of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, a narrow opening appeared along a fractured cliffside. At first, it looked like a natural split caused by shifting rock. But as people moved closer, the shape of the opening raised immediate questions. The edges followed unusually straight lines. The surface looked carved rather than broken. It resembled an entrance that had been formed intentionally and then sealed over by time and stone. As debris was cleared away, a chamber became visible deep beneath the mountain itself. The space inside...
This is an indoor mosquito killer that covers your...
Yeah, I watched that speech. So when you watch that, you have to be able to see how the A National OCGFC are operating and why Trump is their man. I mean, I've been telling you for 3 years, going on 3 years, that there's a destabilization campaign against Europe. That's what the Ukraine war actually is. It's a proxy war being waged by the United States, not against Russia, but against Europe. I've been telling you that they're turning on each other. The West is turning on itself. I've been telling you that America is going to become more and more interested in creating conflict in the West, not in the global South. I've been telling you that the historical roles of the global North and the global South are going to be reversed. Didn't I tell you that? Well, look at the last Trump press conference. He's talking about destroying Canada economically. He's talking about trying to force them into submission. That's what all this talk is really about. He's talking about making the whole country into an American state. And he's talking about doing the same thing with Greenland. Except with Greenland, he even said that they might use military force to do it. So that's a direct threat against the EU, and they've taken it as such. He's literally saying that America could potentially use military force against a European country in order to seize territory from them. Seize European territory. Well, that's nothing but colonization. What he's talking about with regards to Canada, that's nothing but colonization. The man is talking about occupying, colonizing, and pillaging other Western countries, the resources of other Western countries. He called the border between Canada and the U.S. an artificially drawn line. I mean, Putin didn't even say that about Ukraine. Meanwhile, the border with Mexico, well, that isn't artificial at all. It's just an artificial border between Canada and America. Greenland and Canada get to become American states. Meanwhile, Puerto Rico is called a floating island of garbage at a Trump campaign rally over the summer.
Saved because they're scared. That's not true. The true Jews are the black people, the Hebrew Israelites, the ones that everybody says, oh, they're no. Some of them get lost and say that they're only saved because of their skin. That's not true. Everyone is saved when everyone admits those people were the ones that were enslaved all throughout time. Then you cling to their lineage, not them, but to the father of them. Yahusha was a bronze-skinned man. The Jews of now are white people claiming to be black people. It is a lie. They even changed the definition of that in the dictionaries. But when you recognize that and you recognize that they were enslaved, then you can. The true Jews are the black people, the Hebrew Israelites, the ones that everybody says, oh, no. Some of them get lost and say that they're only saved because of their skin. That's not true. Everyone is saved when everyone admits those people were the ones that were enslaved all throughout time. Then you cling to their lineage, not them, but to the father of them. Yahusha was a bronze-skinned man. The Jews of now are white people claiming to be black people. It is a lie. They even changed the definition of that in the dictionaries. But when you recognize that and you recognize that they were enslaved, then you can truly have truth, so you can be accepted by the Father. His name is Yahuwah. The whole J or Jew term was conned by the Khazarians, the Germans, and the Ashkenaz.
His name is Yahuwah, Yahuwah, who controls Yahuwah. Nice to hear it in chanting time. I said, you can come in now. My mother says, oh no, I'm speaking it, you don't mind. Once you know you have to speak it. He said, I'm doing it. I said, no. I said, well done. Jolly good show. He said, jolly good chat.
The true Jews are the black people, the Hebrew Israelites, the ones that everybody says, oh, no. Some of them get lost and say that they're only saved because of their skin. That's not true. Everyone is saved when everyone admits those people were the ones that were enslaved all throughout time. Then you cling to their lineage, not them, but to the father of them. Yahusha was a bronze-skinned man. The Jews of now are white people claiming to be black people. It is a lie. They even changed the definition of that in the dictionaries. But when you recognize that and you recognize that they were enslaved, then you can truly have truth, so you can be accepted by the Father. His name is Yahuwah. The whole J or Jew term was conned by the Khazarians, the Germans, and the Ashkenazis. And it's a lie. You're not saved by skin, you're saved by faith. But you have to recognize what skin had it. Shem was a dark man. That's it. Stop feeling guilty and just read.
Most of the Israelis are not actual Semites. They're from fucking Europe. They're Eastern European Ashkenazi Jews. And they did the DNA studies. 80% of the Palestinians are like actual Semites that are linked to that land. Right. And like 97% of the Israelis are not. And then you find out that DNA testing is illegal in Israel. Like you have to get a court order to get a DNA test. The owner of 23andMe is Jewish, but they don't allow that there. In the US, it's open borders. In the UK, it's open borders. It's race mixing. It's, diversity this, diversity that. Right. Not in fucking Israel. Show me how many fucking Jewish Israeli women are married to black guys. Yeah. Show me how many fucking Israeli men are married to black women. It's like it doesn't.
There's a difference between the words Shemite versus Semite.
What's the difference?
The difference is this. The term Shemite represents an Israelite of the original Hebrews who were black, or men and women of color. And I'm making this a black and white discussion today. Abraham, father, Ham, Hamitic, black. So
in Latin.
In Latin, but also within the Hasidic Hebrew tongue. So when we say Hasidic Hebrew, there's over 300 dialects of Hebrew. Some people say, I speak Hebrew, what dialect? So in actuality, all 300 of these dialects within the Hebrew language are actually offsprings of its mother tongue, Aramaic, that Christ spoke. So that's another topic for another day. So every Hebrew is a Jew, but not every Jew is a Hebrew. So the word of the Lord did not say that the Jews were in Egyptian bondage. It said that the Hebrews, which means he rules. So when I say every Hebrew is a Jew, but not every Jew is a Hebrew, today's Jews, they are not Israelites.
Although
they're Israelis, but they're not Israelites. So the term Semite was concocted and created by a German philosopher by the name of Dr. August Ludwig von Schlosser. During the mid-1800s, created the term Sem or Semite. Even on the website of the Anti-Defamation League. On the website, on the ADL's website, it said that the term Semite or Semitic was created by a German philosopher, but they don't mention the name of the German philosopher, but I will, is Dr. August Ludwig von Schlosser. So the term Semite is a misnomer. It's not an evil term. They today are not the original Hebrews or Jews. So when you look at Black America and the Black diaspora, we are the original Israelites. Well, the Jews today are brothers and sisters. They are what I call our historical children. They are Israelis, but they're not Israelites. They are Semites, but they are not Shemites.
Were ancient Jews black or white? The answer might surprise you. In order to delegitimize some Jewish communities, the Nation of Islam and the One West camp of the Hebrew Israelite movement claimed that ancient Israel was an exclusively dark-skinned nation. Therefore, pale-skinned Jews today must be fake. Let's unpack. The truth is, Jewish tradition is pretty clear. It's a
So when you look at Black America and the Black diaspora, we are the original Israelites. Well, the Jews today are brothers and sisters. They are what I call our historical children. They are Israelis, but they're not Israelites. They are Semites, but they are not Shemites. They are Semites, but they are not Shemites.
Were ancient Jews black or white? The answer might surprise.
They are Semites. But they are not Shemites.
Were ancient Jews black or white? The answer might surprise you. In order to delegitimize some Jewish communities, the Nation of Islam and the One West camp of the Hebrew Israelite movement claimed that ancient Israel was an exclusively dark-skinned nation. Therefore, pale-skinned Jews today must be fake. Let's unpack. The truth is, Jewish tradition is pretty clear that on average, our ancient Hebrew ancestors were dark-skinned. According to the Mishnah, at the time of the Exodus, the children of Israel were neither literally white nor literally black, but the color of boxwood, i.e. ruddy brown. I know, super specific, but that's Judaism for you. But the text also references ancient Jews of lighter and darker complexions. In other words, the land of Israel, the bridge between Asia and Africa, has always been extremely diverse. Likewise, the Jewish people had many mixed multitudes join the tribes of Israel through marriage and conversion. But no matter how light or how dark a Jew...
No, that's it. No, that's it. What if it's a lineage? Think about it, beautiful children. No, that's like the Windsors. Notice I didn't say royal family. Like the Windsors, right? No. It's supposed to be royal. Lineage means what? One, right? One, not two or three. One, right? To make it royal, right? Now, the Windsor. My second name too. The second name is Great Drum Roll, Germany. Because every Christmas, I was with the German. You are, man. You celebrate with them. Half of you are Germans. It's not going to be royal. How is that royal? How is it? How is it? I mean, you really fooled the people. I mean, to be royalty is a lot of hard work. You know, it's a lot of hard work. Especially with the lineage, there's a lot of learning, right? You can't steal people's lineage and say it's you. You can't do that, man. Because then it's got a bad spirit on it. Right? And all your life you've got a bad spirit. That's why you quickly took the enemy quickly, because of the earth contamination. Right? And this is what we're seeing now. I know you don't like to hear it, but the child speaks it softly. Right? And other people don't even know how to speak it now. But all they know that we are in the garden. We have no control of the climate change. Be quiet, please. This is truth hour. I'm not talking about climate change, but I don't see that. There we go. I'm not talking about NASA. Please. Right? Now, did you have a son? Tomorrow says worse. Next day it's worse. Next day, wait. What do you mean wait? Next day and next day, worse. And it gets hotter, and hotter, and hotter. Right? So don't forget to check out the grandmas, because they're going to feel it the most now. right? And if the sun hasn't even started, people, children, on 1,000 no, 149 people are dead already. Just this on and up. Right? And we haven't had this human thing that's coming next. And it's the earth turning on us all because it's worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. And then, you know what Father said about you, Israel children? He said, you are worse. And that's in the Bible. But I went, you are worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. I know he's going to forgive us and bring us back. I think it's just, well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Speculate. I'm sure it's just the biblical 144, you know, and those that attached to it, and a good system, right? Because yet, I haven't, apart from the ones on the internet, right? So the ones who brought me, yet I haven't met the one yet, you know, a good one yet, apart from ones on the internet. I haven't met a good one yet. And don't forget, right, these children, right, are the children that come out of the stiff-necked fool parents that are the reason why we are in slavery today. Don't forget that. So we don't expect nothing from them when it comes to this thing anyway, none at all. Right, but it's just the children, because there's a Gen Z going on, right? And fathers put things in the children. He's going to deal with these adults soon. It's even full of sickness and heretics. Yeah, because they're in love with himself. It's your duty to look after the earth and show the children. What are you showing the children about? It's a stupid damn system. And now the system is turning against it. Because fathers dismantling it. Dismantling it. And they did nothing for humanity. They had to beat up humanity to create it. So what up there? If you create a monster out of beating up humanity, then how do you expect the monster to continue to behave with humanity and the earth? Because you took the riches from the earth, which feeds the people, right? And then you put a price on it, and then you put your dead power face on it as well, right? And make things just difficult for people who just couldn't get away from that spirit, couldn't get away from it at all. And our fathers come to teach children now, but we like to now. The children are lost. And we get unlost them. We have to do it slowly and from the DNA. Because we could all say we love Jesus. Jesus says he loves you. Now give me some money. Why? Because I just told you, Jesus, knownness, dreamer. Nothing but a dreamer. Just give him, right, the space to prophesize his dream, right? And come and go. Leave him there on his own, because he's going to be on his own. He does all this because he's always been a child on his own. And Satan's seen that. And Satan said, come here, tramp. I'll make you a good tramp. You do this to me, I'll make you feel. I'll do it, you damn tramp. Here's the next one, right? This tramp, right, guys. Excuse the language, man. Because don't forget it's 1:45, and the children should not be listening. But I know they are. Outside kids, know you this. There's an ex-Egypt, right? Now his name is Anthony Phillips. Now Anthony Phillips Mitchell. I try best on the bald head. No, don't get me wrong. There is good bald heads, right? I'm not talking about that, but this but this particular bald head, right, is what Satan's using as his prime. He's prime man for spreading this nonsense. Why? Because he's passionate. Is that it? Because he's passionate. Because he's passionate. Right? Well, let me tell you about the snake in the grass, right? The brother knows how to turn the Bible. He'll get you all the way to the race, all the way there. And as you're about to cross the line, why? Now, let me tell you about this fool. Don't forget, the system is here to break sons. Don't forget that. Sons. You know sons? The brown boy in the ring. Now, this one here now, he was broken. Yeah? Beyond repair. So he's broken now. Don't forget he's broken. So when you're broken, right? You do anything to be not broken. We all agree with that, yeah? Now hear this. That same tramp guys, Anthony Phillips Mitchell, that idiot there, and he's been here as well, right? What he man? He jumps on a boat. He jumps on a plane. Where does he go? Wait for it, man. He goes to Israel. Wait, he's broken. He goes to Israel. And what happens? Israel fixes him. You two lied. Yo, we don't tell lies. Now listen. Israel fixed him and taught him all this religion with wait, passion. No, he's such a superstar because they put him there, by the way. Why? Because he's got passion. What up there? No, when you ask this idiot, how did it come to you? Who taught you? Who taught you this? Who did he tell you? He says, well, I was broken and Israel fixed me. And I learned everything from Israel. So again, people, children, what does that tell you? Right? They got a next one as well. But I think this one is, I don't think he's doing it no more. Right? Because he's telling people not to do the Talmud. He's telling people if you do it, you'll be put to death. His name is Rory. Right? And now Father gave him the cocoa basket disease. Right? The cocoa basket. Right? And all these men and all the king's horses and all the king's men, they don't know what it is. Right? And he's so ill every minute now, he's not like he's dying, he's crying. Like his proper thing is not joking, he's crying. Right? And to make him even more cry even more, Father gave it to not his son, gave it to his grandson as well. Right? And we don't know if the grandson's still alive. Right? And people are thinking, oh, your father's a wicked father. No, he isn't. Because this son here is his son. And he's coming on national stage telling people, if you do the Torah, you'll be put to death. So he's lying to the children. So Father says, right, your grandson, I'm going to give him the same thing what you've got. So you know it's me. And he's still coming on the live air. Not asking for Jesus or Father to pray for him, guys. He's asking you to pray for him and his brother and his grandson. Not coming on there and saying, Father, why is this happening to me? Not once, because he knows. So what he's doing, he's trying to ask you to pray for him. He's how wicked these people are. And then using his grandson, right? So you have pity and then watching him cry. Proper broke down and cry. We don't have no pity for you at all, Rory. Ever tell anyone never to do the Torah. How dare you, right? And you have this law splashed on you. So you have to do it. But with you and your ancestors, it's too hard. It's too hard for you. Too hard. You're always complaining about it. Too hard. Want to change it to suit yourself. So you can eat your pork. So you can have your Christmas. And you have your Easter, and you have no idea what these festivals are. You go back, you see the pagan. Go speak to a witch, right? And these are people you have to respect, and they tell you, I'm a witch. What do you want to know? Go on, girl. You know, we stand with her. You damn tramp. When you're not too soft and stupid, you're going to get yourself killed, guys. You're going to get yourself killed. Because we cannot tell people who you are, and if you can do it in secret. I can do it in secret, you live in a world where Father controls, you can see everything. You just don't understand the other side, do you? Because no one's told you about it. No one has. You just got these sons just going around stealing, robbing and beating up people. And now they got theirs coming now. Now you've got yours coming. And you know you have as well, bro. And all you've got to do is look at America. And good, serve you right, America. Serve you right, America. Because I don't know how you can persecute people like that, bro. But 250 years, every year, man. You don't even, not once, right? In your pale complexion, just think, you know what we did was bad. Didn't think about the people's children. Oh, I don't think there's any left. You wipe them all out. You wipe them all out, and you don't even feel bad about it, bro. And then you still want to come on the front of your stage and tell people about peace and love and togetherness and red, and then you're building hospitals. Like only for men. Quiet, tramp. You're building hospitals, miss, only for men. So I'm asking him, when, right, did men start having babies? I'm still waiting for the answer, miss, this damn tramp. But that system is not built for humanity. Oi, come here, tramp. That system is not built for humanity. It goes against the grain of humanity. Right? And this is why Father's coming to smash it up, bro. And draw the children out who know what time it is, who do what they're meant to do, or even try to do it. And it's they'll change your heart and they'll change your spirit. Because we're all born in sin, so it has to do that anyway. Because of Adam, it's not our fault. I mean, so, you know, all we could do is try our best. And I see you trying, because everything's set up against us to do wrong. And when you do wrong, everything's easy. It makes life easy when you do wrong. And then when you do good, they plot a scheme to take your freedom, and then they plot a scheme to take your home. And then when you lose your home and you lose your freedom, there's nothing else, is there? Well, what else is there? A picnic bench. What else is there? Freedom, I said, freedom. So what else is there? Orchestrated and engineered, miss. What's about crafty counselling, eh? But this is what Father's doing to you. He's doing the same thing. The same thing to you. I can guarantee you that, bro. And you're too wicked. Good children as well, miss. To good children. And this earth doesn't respect good children. I mean, imagine. Beautiful children. Imagine. I have to, yeah? Go on a hunger strike before they take me to jail. Play music and being me, right? To get a solicitor. And, stop then, didn't you? Never heard that before, have you? You go on a hunger strike, why? To get a solicitor. So why can't you get a solicitor? Well, I've gone for 10 already, and they're telling me no, you know. So after 10, I just said, you know what, Father? He said, it took me 10 to realise, and you didn't even ask me. There's a time when I didn't know Father was in control. And then I said, yeah, take me to prison, because they were so fixated on taking me to prison for the last couple of days. Nearly got it, guys. It wasn't for Tony Miles, the good man that he is, and his solicitor firm, and a brilliant judge, and all their little firm, all women, and one barrister, which is mine. And all he's doing is objecting to get me locked up. And this is why I had to stop it, because the system's broke, you can see it there. Because the barrister's meant to represent you, not put you in prison. You're not the prosecutor, the prosecutor's there. So you have to, that's his father now, that's how he works. So this has to stop because it's broken now, you can see that, technically. Trying to get one child, broken. But we're not here to, we're here to exploit, because there's other children, other people who suffer in that brutal system. Brutal. This thing's been following me since I've come to Bristol. Brutal. Not just here, in the hostels as well. Brutal now. Right? I mean, and you can see what they're doing, because you're 2 steps forward there, because they see what's up. And you just walk into it. You go for a flat, then yeah, you have to go through them. They put you in there. Cameras in there, everything, guys. Cameras in here, everything. For the stuff that they know is here. Trust me, we don't tell lies. There's cameras in there. Everything. It's an absolute joke. You move in the first day, you close the door, all the locks fall off. It's a joke, man. They play Lockdown Ginger every now and then as well. Up to this day. You have no idea, guys. But there's very good people here as well. And now the court case will allow them to come and speak to these people, which they never not once would do. They pretend they do it, but then you still charge them. And they're nonsense. And we go and play music, this is what we do. But you've been stopping us because you're waiting for us to go. I said, what, you're under arrest? What? I had a warrant out you for back there, kill her, and embarrass me like nonsense. Because you are wicked, your whole system's wicked, right? And there's not one thing you can arrest me for, because I behaved myself, I'm a good boy. And if I'm not, then he will utterly destroy me, because he's got something for me to do. Yeah, come and get you. Not that hard. To come and get you, and come and get you. And wake this thing up, because once it's woken up and you can drive yourself. But you don't know where you're driving to, do you? So I need to show you where you're going. And they know this, so they're coming up with all this that doesn't add up. You just stop it and have a look at it properly. And then you'll be flabbergasted to think, how did we let it get this fast? I mean, this fast, sorry. It's a joke, man. Why? Because of one white supremacy system. It can't be anything else because the boy is well behaved. So it cannot be anything else. Cannot be. And no one has a bad word to say about it, but apart from you and your stupid idiot white supremacy mates. So now Father said, let's call them out now. Because it's this system that's mashing up the whole world. And it's controlled by Esau, which is Israel. Israel's the enemy. Israel. Because they are the twin. Two nations inside, they're the other one. Esau, that's them. Jacob, this is us who they're trying to hide. This is the real dark stuff. This is what they've been hiding. They changed the whole empire and the whole world and the whole Bible. They changed the whole thing just to hide this secret, this. And this is why it's going to be worries. Because it's not just the children, it's the parents, guys. It's the parents. They never asked to be the parents, and they take the lick because it's Satan they're following. And just smoking it up like it's Jesus. They know nothing about you. They never know who the hell Jesus is. It's not a Hebrew name. The earth doesn't shake when you call that name. That's not his name. You can't be changing people's name. My name's not Riviere. My name is Misha'el. It's a Hebrew name. No matter where you put the boy, he's still a banana. He still have the same first name. Not a name that has been given or something that I've given myself or, you know, so it's the name that was given. And it's stuck with you to this day. And it's a Hebrew name. He came second with your booger wagger Riviere name. Where you think it's Hollywood. It might be Hollywood over there, but I'm not there. I'm not Michael Jackson. And all those fools who change their complexion. Just to fit that notice and then become the biggest drug addict ever. And then have to do your favour by building Neverland. All that notices. Not this child here. No. Because I'll get utterly destroyed. Right? And his name's not Jah. His name is Yah. That's why your music and mine sounds completely different. Because he took the love out of your music. He took himself out of it. Because you're not calling his name. Beautiful children. It's no one's fault. We've all been lied to. It's very hard for some people who have fixated themselves on that way and can't hear truth. But you will perish in that because there is nobody called these things what they're telling you they are. There is only one son. There is only one. But these, whoever they are, did not do your nostril. Go and ask them to do your nostril. They didn't put no breath in you then. That's all. And this thing is just more than Jesus, this thing is. And that's not his name. There's no power in it. Nothing doesn't shake when you say it. He doesn't put his face to you when you say it. He doesn't understand that. That's not his name. It's not his name. No matter how comfortable you are with it, that is not his name. Beautiful children. It's not his name. It's not his name. It's not his name. And if you want them to respond to you, honey, call them by their name. Come on, man, we're not children. And we've got children to show. And the name is beautiful. It's absolutely out of this world. Right? And we need to honor it, guys. And it's got power. Right? When you call that name, the earth shakes then. And especially if you're a good person as well, and you call that name. It worries them. Uh-oh. This here will get wet. Because he knows what I'm going to draw now. Where's your Satan songs, guys? Look, where's your Satan songs? Where's the Satan songs? What is your Satan song?
Are you live?
Yes, I'm live, bro.
Oh, okay. Enjoying yourself?
I always am, brother. Always got the spirit in me. The spirit of Yahweh. Alright, I'll make this the last one. This one's for you, Father. This one's for you. Here she is. Beautiful song. This one's for you, and all those who are getting to know Yahuwah. So I love this song. I love this one. Ready? I'm ready. Wait.
Yahuwah is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the cycles of righteousness for his name's sake. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. He restores my soul. He leads me in the cycles of righteousness for his name's sake. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahuwah forever. Yahuwah is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the cycles of righteousness for his name's sake. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. He restores my soul. He leads me in the cycles of righteousness for his name's sake. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahuwah forever.
Right, Tiki, you sexy lion. Right, can we chill out? I've been watching all day. I know what can I say, what can I say, what can I say, what can I say?
He restores my soul. He leads me in the cycles of righteousness for his name's
All
sake.
righteous children and grown-ups, I'm jealous. For righteous people, I'm jealous. I want to be like you. I want to be like you. You're righteous. I want to be like you. Right. Right. That's what I'm talking. You're righteous. That's it. Nice to
The house of Yahuwah forever.
Nice to nice to nice to nice to nice to praise you, Yahoo, praise you. I hope you're doing good. I hope you are. No way, not at all done. How can we be ashamed of you done? That's what they did, man. No, man, that's just embarrassing. You just can't even believe it, man. They must have been sniffing glue. Damn tramps. Right, son, I was a husband to them. I know. I saw it. I said, what man says that? That he was a husband to you. So, look, I wear my heart on my sleeve with these children. I'm so jealous of him, so true. I even allowed to put Gentiles to car, so I noticed. So I noticed. Just to make them jealous, but you don't need to do that with us, man. No, not at all. Not at all. We're jealous when you start showing them
Good night,
children
Johnny.
attention. Good night, brother. May Father bless you, blood. Yeah, for real, Dan. We're jealous, blood. No. I mean, we don't like that at all. Like you just some dad. Not at all, bro. It's a joke, man. It's an insult. It really is, man. I'm going to show you different. Us children. We're going to show you different, man. I'm stiff-necked. That's why Bob calls them stiff-necked. These stiff-necked damn fool, them. I mean, making them fools laugh and say, your God can't be that good, can he? Yeah, I mean, we can just make you take your babies. Yeah, not us you can't, you can, Trump. Not us you can't at all. You wouldn't even think of it, would you? You wouldn't even think of asking us. No, you wouldn't, bro. No, you wouldn't at all. I know many countries have done it. I know. I don't understand what the make do to make you do it is. I don't understand it because they're doing it frequently, like it's nothing, man. Like it's nothing. They're doing this thing because Satan says, "Do it, man, and I will give you what is my world." Tells them all that nonsense. No, his material world, yeah. His material world, right? And to get the materials and to be on that bleeding platform, that musical platform. Oh man! And remember what Satan's job, putting the light on us. It's his job. Right, but it's different now. It's his world. So what do you think he's going to do? Create a world where it's all going to be nice? I have no idea. No idea. Because you're not looking at it like that. You're just looking at it like it's the world. You know, these things here, and you know, these men are in charge, and you know, this is the king. Maybe if you had the actors, then maybe. These are vagabonds, man. These are sons, right, that will swap their wives and pregnant women for items. These are the level that these sons are on. And this is not a joke, this is damn serious stuff. And Rasta, I can't see how men are not putting that on boxing and beating them up. I don't understand what's going on there. Because they're paying you. What are they paying you? A house or a land? But these things are pennies to these. They've taken up everyone. Just sit and multiply and multiply and multiply and multiply. Because that is how they say, right, I got all this. So I'm saying, yeah, because you let them put a spell on you to say money controls. It doesn't matter if he's a rapist. It doesn't. He's just made £1 million. Right? So come on. That is to make Rasta. Him could have made 600 million. He hasn't got money that we've got. And even if we didn't, we're not doing that. But what? Because you've never had nothing. That's why. Because if you did, you'd say, do one. Wouldn't you? You're giving children. Rasta, how are you doing this? Huh? And then being with this, I'm not with us, we've got stuff to distract me. And the drugs. Don't worry, if I was going to take it all away soon. You're going to take it all away soon. All. And then you're going to remember, when children are screaming and pleading in baby language not to do it. And you got that dog just sitting on his throat, right? Literally a dog. Literally, right? With his mouth frowning, with his sharpest teeth ever. And then you're handing it to him. We're not even trying, but we can't, or we don't want to, or they won't let us go there. To get your head around doing it, because we don't know we're actors, but you've got to act, like to walk things through till you get to see the HD colour. But that one there is a brick wall. Can't see it, can't see it. Here, I'm giving you a house. I can't see it. So you have to be getting something for it. You're not just going to give you a damn child, are you? Right? He has to be giving you something for it. So where has the humanity gone? Where is it? Where's it gone? Where has it gone? And this miss hasn't been addressed. How do we know this? This is the sad thing about father waking up children. So the children can stand there and their father speak this nastiness. Now, You think you learn this from white people? No, not so. Not so. Right? I know white people get a blame for a lot of things, right? And white people have a blame for a lot of people. But blame people for what they need to be blamed for, right? They just carried on with it because other people were doing it and they made life easy because they are the easiest. Right? Because they come from caves themselves and they've never had anything. And the sons prove that because the sons are in charge. Anyway. Right. Coming back to you lot now. Yeah, and someone needs to talk to you like this, man, because you're a damn joke, bro. Right? And you paint good sons in this same complexion now, right, of wickedness. And not one of you are righteous enough to stand up. Not one of you. Right? Because you allowed Esau, right? You've allowed him to put you in that stupid book. That stupid book. This is why you can't fight back. Because no matter how much time we show you the Talmud where you're in there, how he boys you up. I mean, in the worst way possible, bro. In the worst way possible. Tells you what you can't do, tells you what, and shows you this is how I'm taking your power. Why? Because you signed, I don't know what it is Daniel signed with me. Right? But you know what's going on with Esau, America, and hurting the people and hurting the earth. So you know exactly the earth turning on you. But you're trying to still hide behind climate change. Carry on hiding, bro. Carry on hiding. So what happens here when we're all sleeping here, and guys, we just hear, boom! What happens then? Huh? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? For God's sake. Please. I mean, goodness sake. No idea what's going on, do we? No idea. And you're not warning people. You just tell them about, America's got to, we've got good news, guys. You're thinking, is he going to resign? No, we've got good news. We're going to be able to get some oil. But hold on a minute, wasn't it you that stopped it because you wanted to control it? And now you're saying, no, it's a lie, he's got no control over it, yeah? The boys control it. And now your dollar is finished, guys. There's a different money coming in now. And now you're going to suffer. Well, we're all going to suffer, all of us. We're all going to suffer. Because this cannot continue, right? This cannot continue. There's some wickedness going on which we don't even understand. To do against humanity. These damn sons making women, and making money out of women and slavery and sex. And there is a lot of promiscuous dirty tramps out there because they don't want to do with a woman. And the only way they can get it is by shoots and that way. And this thing is right in this country because there's no police, is there? There's no police. Then when they do bleed and come, what happens? The boys didn't get away with it. Why? Because they're young and it's the most despicable crime. And with knife. And they said, oh no, we can't do that with you. Why? Because he's young. We've got to look out for the young. Rasta. I mean, it just insults intelligence and insults law and order. Certainly does. And our women is who you're coming after because that law what you're under hates women. It tells you that in the Torah. It's not shy. It's not shy. And guess what women it hates? White ladies. Right? Wait, it gets worse. And then you need to tell me, say, you see that book there, that thing there, what your sons are right up the front end, tells you it hates your women and you still support it. Naughty, miss. Naughty. Damn naughty, miss. And this is what I mean. Everybody split up, miss. Everybody. Everybody. Black women won't go with brown boys because they think, I don't need you. I've got AI. I've got my own business. No, you stupid silly girl. It's only because he allows it. Why? Because in the real law, it's the man that lives. It never was the woman. Not even when it comes to Bible classes or anything. It says, darling, learn your thing in silence. Man must not be taught by a woman. When it comes to this thing, so I can show you, I did print it, it's there, I'm not going to go back on it. So, you know, this law is saying completely different. to then get in trouble from and you don't get your blessings. That's all it is. It's the opposite to what you're meant to do. So you don't get your blessings and you go with Satan. Because the Bible said to him, "Oi, come here. I have mercy on you, right? Because I said I'll get you near until the end of the earth. So depart from me and move from my servants." That's what it says. And he runs up like that slivers, sorry, because he ain't got no slivers. Little tramp. They have no idea what's going on because Father doesn't talk to you like this.
Former president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, said he couldn't respect the present Jews in Israel because they left Israel black and they came back white. Because they were Caucasians when they returned, Turkic Mongol Asians from the Caucasus Mountains, the Russian steppes. Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. I am black. The Hebrew word there is shachar ha'anyar. It literally translates to I am dark-skinned.
There's gonna be pushback. Right, Cody's telling music. So guys, see you later. Take care. Love you. Bye. Bye.